Hello, everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, Michael Huber.
Hey.
Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
And Brandon Jones.
Howdy.
Hood up for the first time ever.
Yeah.
This is a hair thing? What's up?
It's my goal.
What is your goal, Jones?
Keep the hood up.
Okay. That's it?
That's amazing.
That's it.
Okay.
I will also be changing how I do podcast halftime. Because I would like to change the order a week to week.
You said
but
that
I was
last
thinking,
week.
yeah, but it was specifically how I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Because I had the idea, is like, well, if I do it, kind of like a secular thing, then it's like, only 4 people are going to be that first person. So I have put each sponsor on a separate card, and I will be shuffling the cards before the podcast. So I have no idea the order the podcast
The
halftime
podcast
will
has
go
started, Jones. It's too late to shuffle them before the podcast.
I already did. They're already shuffled.
Well, flip it around. You already know who's first right now. It's not
The
fair.
first just says the following are the official sponsors of these
Oh, phew. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
You've
and
thought
then
this through.
And then I pull that one aside, and it's,
never said
it's a
they-
brand new surprise every time.
You never said they were supposed to be secret, just the shuffled.
They are secret.
Yeah, it's got to be
Unbeknownst
secret.
to me.
It's got to be a secret. He's got to surprise him as he comes through. Huber, what's your goal?
My goal, I'm going to get done right now. I'm completing my goal this second.
Whoa.
I want to know each of your... no, wait. I said that wrong.
Okay.
I want to know... I want each of you to give me the percent chance that you think Resident Evil 2 Remake will be at E3.
I won't do it now. Maybe later. Maybe later.
How about you guys?
Let me think about it.
Okay.
I can't do it now because I gotta process
55%.
In favor that it will
In
be
favor.
there. Okay.
that. 25,
Got to.
a quarter.
Maybe later. I don't know, Huber. I'm not in the
chance.
mood right now.
All right.
Blood, what's your goal this
I'm
week?
just going to give a shout out
Your goal is to give a shout out
Yep.
at some point.
at some point.
To someone.
Okay. My goal is to wag my finger at a video game publisher.
Oh my gosh.
Because
You know where
they're
this
up
is
on
going.
their high horses all the time, And maybe sometimes, maybe the video games media could wag our fingers at the publishers a little more,
For a change.
Yeah.
You monster.
So let's begin corrections. Need that corrections music, please. Far Cry 4 was not set in Tibet in particular, but rather a fictional Himalayan nation of Karat. Battle Cry was the name of the Bethesda shooter.
Thank you,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did that game actually come out?
No.
Okay.
But we were talking about Bethesda
Rattle
not
nuts.
really. Rattle nuts, yeah.
Thank you.
Apparently Bethesda made published some racing games
Wait,
at a time.
Is
What's up?
Battlecry gone?
Kind of.
Okay, I played that at an E3 a couple years back,
Yeah.
and it was fun.
They had statues.
I enjoyed it.
They thought they had something with that one.
That game was cool.
I think they had shoutcasters too. Fat Man holds a wine glass with a straw, not a martini glass. And I was thinking about it. It's just because there's no way he'd be able to drink from the wine glass without a straw. With that heavy suit. But he still would escape. The New Colossus is a sonnet that American poet Emma Lazarus wrote in 1883 to raise money for the construction of the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty. So we might be huge idiots expecting an actual Colossus. It's obviously a reference to that poem.
Yeah.
And
I will never consider myself an idiot for wanting a giant colossus.
Yeah, is that so wrong?
Yeah, no apologies.
Lastly, the most heinous correction, 98 Degrees has 4 members. And correction music, please. You know what I was thinking about? Was that group with 3 guys?
Hanson?
Maybe. No, the one that was just like, I'll go down on you if you go down on me. Brad showed me this.
Not listening to that song.
Oh, I remember Brad showed us this. Yeah. Oh my god.
Blood just says, I'm not listening to that song.
I'm sorry.
Did we end the music? The correction? Did we end it?
Why would I?
End correction music, please.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, all right. Whoa. Do you all know my favorite way?
Oh yeah.
My favorite way to start a podcast.
A new Need for Speed.
Okay, do you want to skip
Every
straight
time.
to there?
Well, no, I was just gonna say more than any other franchise.
Well, like we have Pokemon games, Jones.
Oh, you like those?
I'm not more excited about them, but I think they're the more anticipated discussion.
Okay.
Huh. Sure.
It's the freshest.
What's
Yeah.
weird is
Sure.
they announce games. I don't know that I would really give them that they're new games.
Yeah. That's the thing. That is a great way to proceed this conversation.
Let's just get it out of the way. Let's do
We're getting it
Pokemon.
out of the way
Yeah,
because we
let's-
do have a new Need for Speed
exactly,
to talk about.
that I really want to talk about.
That we have genuine enthusiasm for. So we're getting Pokemon out of the way.
Yeah.
Here's what happened this morning, Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time.
7 a.m. for this.
The Pokemon Company held its own Pokemon Direct. It wasn't even called Nintendo Direct. It's called Pokemon Direct. Began saying, hi, everybody. Y'all got Switches? You love having those. We're excited to announce our first ever Pokemon game on the Switch. Of course, I'm led to believe we're talking about Pokemon Stars, as Eurogamer hinted at months ago. And so I'm really excited at this point. Yes. Pokken Tournament is the game coming to Switch this year. And it's called Pokken Tournament DX. And it's basically just Pokken Tournament. No differences beside 5 new characters.
That's
5
a
new
big
Pokemon.
difference.
4 of those, Huber, are already in the arcade version in Japan.
Okay.
So it's not like they're doing that much extra
yeah.
work to Pokken Tournament.
Okay.
And then the last new one is Decidueye, the owl ghost grass.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Is the only Sun and Moon representation
very
in
cool,
Pokken
though.
Tournament.
The most popular, I think, that,
Yeah.
that I saw.
So here's the thing. Here's how this was presented. Oh my god, this highly produced commercial like Pokemon Company's been doing. And so it's this kid who's kind of like maybe in his mid-20s, early 20s, saying like, "Man, I'm so glad I got the Switch now because I'm going to be able to battle my older brother in Pokemon just like the old days." And so he's on this adventure battling people in Pokken Tournament on their Switches,
And
having
like
a
the
really
weirdest places.
good yeah.
He's like in rural villages.
Yeah, on a boat at some point too.
Yeah.
Rural villages, and then eventually he catches up with his brother, and they're cool. And he's able to play Pokemon just like they used to, and they play Pokken Tournament. Here's the thing. They're introducing Pokken Tournament like it's a whole new game. You know, like as if it didn't exist on Wii U. I'm gonna just rant. I'm gonna rant for a while.
Dude, let me hear it.
I gotta play moderator, I realize, but I just got a lot to get through here. Okay, and so it gets to his brothers, and his brother's got 2 kids, and he hands them 2 little boxes, right? And then he's like playing with his brother. It's like, I'm Pikachu, you're Charizard. As if those make this game unique. As if everybody wanted to have a fighting game with Pikachu and Charizard. As if Smash Brothers doesn't exist. As if it's not already way more fun to have those 2 characters in Smash Bros. You think it's fun to have them in a Pokken Tournament. Then, those 2 kids unwrap their little boxes that this brother brought. And inside they have Pokemon 2DSs, Nintendo 2DSs, maybe the XLs, and a new game called Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon. That one's for the kids. Adults enjoy Pokken Tournament. We got this for the big boys. Little kids, you can have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And that's how it was presented. And then minutes later in the presentation, they're like, okay, and now let us tell you about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, this game that I'm starting this podcast with. Okay, so Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is, of course, an expansion, basically, on Pokemon Sun and Moon. The only information given is that Pokemon who weren't on the island in Sun and Moon will be on the island now. The 2 new Pokemon are versions of, let me get their names completely correct.
Is that breaking context there? All these other Pokemon now?
They're talking about expanding the story too.
Yeah, expanding the story. It looks
Whoa.
like a direct sequel. Solgalea
sequel.
and Lunala, they have Necrozma forms. Necrozma is like this hidden legendary who looks like a telescope. And basically what they did for the cool sun line and the sweet moon bat is just add little parts of black shards onto them to make them look edgier. Oh boy. So it all makes me a little upset, makes me a little cranky.
And then they had one more announcement at the end.
There is one more announcement. That game, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, out November 17th. Very few details. There are more Z moves.
Potentially a sequel, though. Direct sequel?
Yeah, we've had
Not
it before.
just like a...
We've had Black and
Yeah, yeah.
White too.
Cool.
They've had direct sequels before where you're a new character, but
Wait.
like the rest of the world has moved on.
But no, they have like more added into the story. Like the whole thing is in a direct sequel, right?
What do you mean?
Like they've added more story to the game, but like it's still the same.
It's just like a director's cut. Or
Yeah,
like
it's
a,
like an expanded version of the game.
It's not clear which is which, but
Okay.
because Black and White 2 is the more recent example, I'm going to assume they follow that trend than
That
say
would be super
Crystal
weird
or
because they're
Pearl.
not calling it
Sorry.
2. They're just calling it Ultra.
Yeah, that'd be so. That's like some Wii U action right there. It's
Sure.
Like, what am I buying here? Is
Yeah.
this the sequel? Is this a game?
What is it?
What
We'll
is
find
it?
it. We'll find out at E3, but it was absolutely
Do you have the
treated.
press release up? I can look at the press release.
I do not have the press release. It was absolutely treated like a little secondary announcement.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
They thought people were excited for Pokken Tournament DX.
Yeah.
They thought that's what would be pumped for at the end of this presentation.
Because they
at
saw
7
us
a.m.
stream it. They were like, dude, people love this.
Yeah, dude, people love it. 5 new characters on the Switch. Oh, it's gonna sell millions.
Oh wait, this was later. This was when they added it to the tournament lineup for E3. Let me find the other one.
Yeah. So, Gold and Silver, Pokemon Gold and Silver will be on the 3DS Virtual Console on September 22nd, which is also the day that Pokken Tournament DX is released. Yeah, and obviously I don't like to talk about remasters too much, but it's unusual for Pokemon games to be released on Virtual Console, and it is unusual that the 3DS gets this kind of support so late in its life. That is a console from 2011.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Okay, so, Jones, in the hood, you're throwing me off.
Yeah. This is
Hood
like
hype.
really intense Jones.
You're a new Pokemon fan.
Yes.
Are you excited about going back to Alola a year later about playing Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon?
Not on the 3DS.
Yeah, not on the 3DS, not on that
right.
platform.
And
Yeah, exactly.
between these two Gold Silver is the most intriguing thing to me, because that I know nothing about, have zero frame of reference on, but like, oh boy, play, because a lot of people reached out and they were like, oh, Brandon plays Pokemon Part 3, they gotta do a new show, and it's like setting up all that capture stuff and the scan converter and hooking. There's no, I can't.
For what is possibly the same game.
I can't. Well, it's very different, and a lot of people on social media share the same sentiment that is their favorite Pokemon game of all of them. They're
Gold and
like,
Silver.
that's the one.
Gold and Silver.
Sure.
That's
Oh,
the one where
Yeah,
it really came
Yeah,
together.
Sick.
So I am curious, like, to check it out. But if it was on Switch, it would make life so much easier for so many reasons.
Yeah.
And maybe it will be. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll add it later, and they just want to give something for 3DS owners to be excited about. Give us the info, Blood.
So this is the way they describe it in the press release. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon have been powered up with new additions to the story and features from Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon.
New additions to the story. That's how they sold that game.
15
That's how they
style.
sold
Yeah.
the game today, and that's what I'm mad about. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure it's substantial, and maybe eventually I'll turn around on it.
So that does not
like-
sound like sequel to me.
Yeah, it sounds like expansion, right?
Yeah.
A full-priced expansion. What else do we cover with this before I melt over?
Is this the first Pokemon Direct?
No. There's been many, actually. There's been a few. There's one
Not
where
in the
they announced the Sun and Moon.
Okay.
I guess Huber, it's about the Switch. It's about the Pokemon Company's choice to stick with the 3DS this year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically
Kyle, my favorite thing,
Yeah.
dude, when we get into E3, conspiracy theories.
okay.
Okay? It's always nice.
Yep.
Right on the dawn of E3, right before E3,
Yeah.
they do these little announcements to get them out of the way, clear space
Don't
for
nod,
what
Jones.
could potentially be Pokemon on the Switch.
No, yeah. It's,
No.
After this, I doubt
So
it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Here's
is
the weird thing that happened along with it was when they put it on the website.
what they put on the website.
They put on the website saying 3DS and Switch.
Oh, I didn't know this. This is a scoop.
Yeah, and then
For Ultra?
yeah, and then they removed it and were like, no, that was a mistake.
Weird.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a little eerie.
Yeah.
That makes me a little excited, Blood.
And it makes sense because it's like an expanded version,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, like all the other.
But
like
they
the DX
promised
versions.
so
Yeah.
hard today, Huber. It is not coming to the Switch. They promised.
It's super weird.
Oh, they said
I wonder if someone was just copying and pasting, but where would you copy and paste?
There's not. Well, yeah, no game that you would copy and paste 3DS and Switch.
I think it speaks to the lack of influence Nintendo has over the Pokemon Company. The Pokemon Company wants to sell 15 million copies of a game, and they weren't confident they could do it on the Switch this year. I think we'll see the Pokemon game on the Switch next year, they wanted more. They wanted another 15 on the 3DS this year, I think.
From my limited exposure to that franchise, there's very much a if it is not broke, do not fix it mentality.
Yeah.
Of like, we're fine. We've made money exactly the same way for many, many years. We're going to do it again in 2017.
Slap a
Love every minute of it.
fresh coat of paint on there, add a couple Pokemon.
Yeah. And make
little-
your 15 million.
Yeah.
Sell those 15 million copies.
If you played Sun and you were like, oh, it's pretty cool, and I was thinking about playing Moon, but I'm not, and now you're like, oh, well, fine. But that actually raises an interesting question. It's like, if you play Sun and you go and play Moon, you're obviously transferring things over, you're playing the campaign again, you're unlocking the new Pokemon. Can I get Ultra Moon and that will connect just to Sun?
Yeah.
Or vice versa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's not like there's no story thing that'll, break in some weird way or
way, dude.
something I missed. Okay.
You'll be fine.
Still not playing it.
Do you remember the golf course? That is the one reason I'm a little excited about this.
Yeah, damn it, that golf course.
There's a golf course on the map that you can explore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
no.
It's going to be an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Oh, it's coming.
And if they're just like, you can be on the golf course, and you're like, okay, here's $45. Like, oh, what an idiot. So anyway, that was the
Golf course trailer.
Yeah. That golf course trailer. That was the Pokemon Direct this morning. Not a lot to be excited about. Plenty to be disappointed by. Eurogamer, what is up with Stars? Let us know.
Get the disappointment out of the way before E3.
Because we have another announcement. Need for Speed Payback. This is a game coming out November 10th.
Yes.
Its genre, as stated by EA, is action driving. Which is unusual, right?
Yeah.
We still heavy emphasis on customization. Police chases are back. But I want to read this one last quote before we start discussing this game. This is one of the bullet points. Play through an explosive adventure as 3 distinct characters united by one common goal. Revenge.
So I'm pretty sure, like, I know you saw my episode, but I don't think you saw one of my Huber syndromes from like 3 weeks ago, maybe. Very, very recently. I did an entire episode. I was talking about like GTA heists and like Watch Dogs heists.
No.
So I was talking about heists, and I was like, dude, I just want more driving heist games. It was like a call to action. I like was begging for them. I'm like, I don't really want like a racing game, but I want like driving and like heists. So like, like GTA 5, obviously, perfect example. More games like that. And then this gets announced.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes!
Action driving.
Well, was it that people were referring to? I saw a lot of people like tweeting at us and commenting as like, you guys like called it out, you nailed it, like saying that like somebody on this couch or maybe it's Huber that they said exactly what the game was going to be.
Well, I said they should trend watch. I said if they want to impress, they want to get a large audience with a Need for Speed, they should look at the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, okay.
Furious.
So that's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Huber, you said you see Fast and Furious in this.
Oh, absolutely. The opening to Fast and the Furious 1, the original film, is a semi-truck heist. That's the through line of that movie. They rob semi-trucks.
That's funny.
Their cargo, their shipments. And that is what we see in this trailer,
Yeah.
trying to rob a semi-truck.
That's funny because Huber, I thought it didn't go Fast and Furious enough because to me, Fast and Furious is the latest 3 movies.
Of course. Yeah.
And I didn't see anything extreme enough. I didn't see that thing that's like, whoa, how are they doing that? Yeah. But I guess you're right. I guess maybe you start with the trucks.
Start with the trucks, the cargo.
Before you get to the submarines.
Exactly.
Before you get to skydiving with cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
They started small time.
So Huber, are you excited to play through? Basically, this is interesting because we have these fighting games with story modes, and so I do like the idea. I think it's possible to have a racing game with story modes.
Yeah. I platinumed the newest Need for Speed with the live action cutscenes.
Which was story heavy, correct?
Story heavy. And it was
Yeah.
like such an easy game to write off and make fun of because it's so hammy and just so... It's like pretty low budget, the cutscenes, and
characters
it's,
Well, they
making-
actually were pretty high budget.
but for a video game, right? But like if you're watching it as like a movie or a show,
Yeah.
because they're live action,
Doesn't
it's
compare
like
well.
it doesn't compare well.
Yeah.
So I had a really good time with that game. I enjoyed it because I love the way Need for Speed games handle driving. I prefer that style.
What about you, Blood? Our racing guru.
I would totally love it if I can jump off a hill and take a shortcut through a skyscraper. Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
So we didn't mention it takes place in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any hills for you to jump off of in
that'd be more
Vegas.
of a San Francisco thing. But
Yeah, but yeah,
Man, parking lots.
they got
Go into
parking
a
lots you can
lot
jump
and
through.
drive
Yeah.
off the 6th floor of a parking lot and
Last stage.
drive up the Luxor. You know,
Yeah,
jump the
Jones.
Luxor. Like,
Jump
Like
the
Midnight
Luxor.
Club. Midnight Club has like the Louvre, right? You can drive off the Louvre.
Really?
Like Caesar's Palace is a really long shopping thing. That's just this nonstop hallway. Just like drive through there.
yeah, there's some cool stuff in Vegas to race around in. A lot of traffic that should not be there.
Right.
Getting the balance on cop chases can be tricky sometimes, though, because it can be really fun and intense, but at the same time, it can be really annoying. Like, if you're just, like, trying to do a thing, and then you just can't shake the cops. Like, there's this weird fine line of, like, getting that balance right.
But when you nail that balance, it's magical. Like, honestly, I think, like, sometimes even better than GTA, the cops, was Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 1, Watch Dogs 2. Just, they're relentless, but if you do, like, a couple sneaky, quick moves, you can shake them. Love that.
Jones, I have a last question about the trailer.
Yeah.
We saw 0 faces. We heard a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, I noticed that. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
I thought that was a very smart choice.
Why?
Well, this will go against a lot of things that I say because a lot of times you'll hear me say, like, I need a name, I need a face, I need to know who we are.
Yeah.
But this is a racing game, so racing games, like, story is not what people go for.
Action driving.
I've seen a lot of, I've seen a lot of people, like, react negatively to it before the trailer came out where they were like, I do not want a story in a racing game. Nobody does. Like, I'm not playing Forza Horizon because like, oh, our festival concept is so rad. It's neat, and it's the glue that holds it together,
Sure.
but it is not the reason I'm playing it. I'm showing up for the racing. I'm enjoying the story that frames it. And that seems like the trailer that they released. It's like front and center is going to be the cars, it's going to be the engine, like seeing the action, seeing these kind of set piece moments. One little brief bit of a guy jumping out of a car. They don't really show, like, press the X button to jump out of your car. Like, maybe that's a cutscene, I don't know. And the dialogue kind of set up painted it like a Fast and the Furious drama, but it wasn't like, this is Bill, get to know Bill. Bill's a badass.
Yeah.
I would have never had my career without Bill. It's just like, no, we're all thieves. We all, risk our lives to do the crazy stuff that we do, and the result of that will be these amazing, crazy missions that you're going to go on, and you're going to just completely destroy all these beautiful cars, and escape the cops in some pretty crazy situations. And I think if I was them, I would hold off on those set piece moments and, like, really don't. It's just like the immediate thing that turns me off in Need for Speed, like you're saying, Hubert, is like whether it's live action or not, is when the person turns towards the camera and it's like, so you want to be a racer, huh? And I'm like, I don't know who you're talking to.
Oh, he
but
makes
I'm
eye
not-
contact with
I
us.
don't. Yeah, the attitude
is
that
the
you're doing, like,
entire game.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing that to this experience at all. So like, I'll chuckle, but like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
And it just,
you in your chair are like, no.
so I think it was kind of bold to be like, what their names are, what city this is. Not that important. Like, obviously we'll love and embrace Vegas, but like, didn't really push the Vegas vibe in this. It was like, no, this is action
I'd say they
crazy.
do. Jones,
This game would be crazy.
There's a line, the house always wins. I think they're playing the Vegas a little bit.
Okay, but it
Yeah, but
wasn't.
they weren't
it-
like going over the top with it. Like,
Sure.
you could tell it was in Vegas. But
There
it
was no
wasn't-
Elvis track.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, we're like, I love Vegas. It wasn't that line. Like,
I'm a gambling man.
yeah.
Sure.
Just kind of it took a step away from the story a little bit, and I think it was smart focusing on the cars.
You're right, Jones. It's kind of a nice trailer, and what it wasn't is what I didn't realize about it.
Clean.
And they
Clean
show
trailer.
a good amount. Like, they show, like, driving out in the desert. Mm-hmm. They show, the
Lot of
heists
cars,
and the cop chases.
Muscle cars,
and,
import cars.
That buggy.
Yeah, the one that, like, goes up on the wheelie,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think, it gives a hint that, there will be a variety of
Like
experience,
cables,
at least.
dude. Like cables from that one sequence where they like. I haven't seen the last Fast and Furious, but in the trailer they like grab Vin Diesel. And he's like, he's stuck to
yeah.
all the other cars.
They each get grappling hooks on their.
I
Oh
know.
man, they trap them.
Just dumb stuff like that. Like, I hope that game is dumb, super dumb. And,
Yeah.
and that's what also kind of excites me about how much they don't really dig into the stories. It doesn't seem like they're taking it too seriously. And so I just don't want, like, if a character dies in the story, like, I just don't want a 4-minute cutscene. We're like,
Yeah.
Will
guy
you-
comes up really slowly, puts a hand on his shoulder. "Yeah, we'll get through this. Like, no, stop! Don't do any of that.
Will you drive
Somebody
a
will
car out of an airplane?
No, but I do think someone will die. I'm with Jones on that one.
Payback.
I love seeing.
Payback.
I love seeing, like, some emphasis put on wrecking. I hope we get to do some of that wrecking.
Yes, you're right. Explosive is what they've promised. So yeah, I do think we'll wreck, and we will wreck others.
Maybe that affects how much that you get out in the heist. They're like literally dollar bills are flying out of the cars.
Yes,
You're getting hit,
Jones.
like.
Yes. I love that.
expect to see more of that game at EA's press conference.
Full heist.
Numero
showing.
uno, kicking it off.
Yeah, actually, I thought that was Huber had an interesting theory because mostly the time when you see a live demo of a racing game, it's like, look at our open world. We're gonna join a race right here, okay? And it's like that kind of thing. I think Huber's got a good point. It might just be one heist. It might be the kind of
The truck. They're gonna rob it.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you can jump out of your car, that's crazy.
They can't impress anyone with an open world right now.
Yeah, I totally think you're right, Blood.
Fight a different battle. Be like, yeah, we're all about.
But I wonder if
these
that
heists.
wasn't you, but a guy you got out of your car you were driving and hopped on. So it'd be cool in real time if he's like standing on top of the car and it's like you the little meter of like, all right, his balance and how close you are. And
That's cool.
The other game announcement I want to talk about is we don't talk about mobile games very often. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't know the panel's interest. But this is really interesting to me. Monument Valley 2 was. Oh, okay. We got a sigh from Jones already. On Monday at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference was announced and released like poof, just like and this is out.
out
now.
released. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's pure shadow drop for Monument
Nice.
Valley 2. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then I was looking in a little more because I was reading the articles about it. About Monument Valley 1, hugely successful.
Yeah.
So 1 year ago, the developer, Us2 Games, announced the game had 26.1 million official downloads, 21 million of which were free downloads, like promotions on the iOS store or the Android one, meaning that 5.1 were paid downloads. Okay. However, the game also grossed $14.4 million because there was a paid expansion called Forgotten Shores.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So you've played it, Jones?
So about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Blood 2. You're into Monument Valley.
Yeah. It's not very many iPhone games that I played, but I played that one.
I do feel like it's an exception. I do feel like most people can't say what this game has accomplished there, right? Like, hey, we put out this game, a lot of free sales, and then we had an expansion, and then we're rolling in it. There's no microtransactions. This is just our game right here.
Yeah. It's just a good game. It's kind of like the Square Enix Go games. It's like you're gonna get a good puzzle game. And it's got a really nice art style, and it just feels good. Fits well.
Feels good.
Feels good. Jones, I guess the question is, Monument Valley's huge. It's the AAA of mobile. Is it bad to announce and release same day? Or is mobile just this whole other world?
No, for mobile, certainly. For you can buy the game while you're in the room at the press conference and play it before the press conference is over. Like I bet there are people who totally tuned out in that room who were just like, oh, I gotta have it.
Sure.
Yeah, and again, like even a game that's really good like that on mobile, it's like with the attention span, like what you're gonna announce something and then wait for 5 months? Like no, just like
you're gonna have to announce it all over again.
Yeah, I guess. Where do we draw the line? What's the difference between a mobile game and Death Stranding, where we're announcing 5 years ahead of time?
I think a mobile game, you get a trailer. You're done.
Yeah.
Why? Because Death Stranding, you can have a whole campaign. You got your teaser, then you got your story reveal, you got gameplay, you can do interviews with the developers, really slow trickle of just like you learn a little bit of something new every single time. Whereas mobile games just don't have that much going on. Like I in a minute and a half to 2 minutes, I could completely understand the game. I'm either going to buy it or I'm not. Whereas there's not going to be a second trailer after that now I'm kind of swayed, in one direction versus the other. It's like you got one chance to sell me on a mobile game and then I'm either in or I'm out.
Yeah, because again, it's a puzzle game and it's a game that you can, beat probably in an afternoon.
My sigh for Monument Valley was I thought it was incredibly short. I was very surprised.
Oh,
because everyone was hyping about it, was freaking out about it. I think it was the first Game Awards. It was nominated for best mobile game, and I was like, oh, okay. And I think at the time it beat Hearthstone. I think it beat Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
At the Game Awards, and I was like,
all right, let me see.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. And I was going on a flight, and it was like a 2-hour flight, and I was like, all right, Monument Valley is gonna own this flight. And like 50 minutes later, I was like, done. Done with expansion.
Sure. Wow.
Like, oh. And like I loved what I just did, but like less than an hour for what you just described as a AAA mobile game, like okay. I've put about 300 hours into Galaxy of Heroes and I never spent $1 for that. Where I paid $10 for Monument Valley and less than an hour later I was done.
I'm not cool.
And I've never looked
comparison.
back. Well, it's
It's
like
not about hours. It's definitely not about hours.
It's about
what I mean?
quality.
Yeah.
it's not about hours when I haven't paid for a game, when literally I've not given that company any money of mine at all. and I was required to spend money on this.
Yeah.
And I finished it in less than a 2-hour flight. It's crazy.
Hey, Journey is like 2 hours, and it's one of the best games of all time.
Agreed. Journey is twice, almost 3 times as longer than Monument Valley. You know, it's just, if it was 2 hours, it'd be a different story. I was just surprised it was less than 1. That was shorter than most mobile games I've played in my life. I was very surprised.
John, that Star Wars game has cost you money in the time that it has sucked away from you. That game has like taken negative dollars away from you.
But it made me happy.
Okay. If it's made you happy, I guess that's what the whole point of games.
For sure.
Cool.
But beautiful. And I think one of the most impressive things, there was a little too much negativity around Monument Valley.
Yeah.
One of the best things about Monument Valley, to encourage you to play the sequel, is a lot of rotating and moving.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I put my finger somewhere on that screen and moved it in a direction, the thing I wanted to happen happened. Like, it was very intuitive, and the control was just...
Takes advantage of the platform.
Beautiful seeing that world twist and turn and come together.
Are there any lasers or teleporters?
I think there are teleporters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a better memory than
kind of
I
like
do.
MC Escher thing, where like you'll go through one door and pop out another door, but it's not like that kind of stuff.
Sorry, Huber.
I'm out.
Huber's out. No lasers, no teleporters in a puzzle game.
Yep. Out.
Out. This might be like future news. This is an interesting story. This is one that I missed when I was just collecting headlines. I was like, oh, whoa, really? So, Square Enix is working with People Can Fly on a new AAA game coming, ? No announcement. No announcement of the game. Square Enix has said it's not going to be at E3.
Square's crazy nowadays, man.
They're crazy nowadays.
Crazy.
Guns blazing.
Revitalize Hitman and drop it.
Yep.
Weird Marvel game coming. Don't know anything about that.
Yep. Because here's the thing, Jones. My theory is actually that it is a Marvel game.
Oh, another one? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because People Can Fly has only done... You got to tell me about Painkiller. Is that a shooting game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Very
yeah.
twitchy based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
A lot
about
of
Endless
Punisher.
hordes just coming and coming.
what if they do a
Dude.
Punisher game?
Oh my god.
That would make sense.
so let me-
I was right when he was talking about it. I was Marvel. I was like, all right, what heroes or what villains could they do?
Why it will make sense. Let me tell you what else People Can Fly did. They also did Bulletstorm, and they also did Gears of War Judgment.
Yeah.
Punisher is right in there.
Dude, what if everybody goes bad and the Punisher's got to take everybody down?
Oh yes.
Isn't that what he
Punisher's got
does?
to clean. No, I'm talking about like good guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Like Logan
Imagine-
loses his mind. and
Imagine
Punisher
Captain
needs to
America
put
as a
him out.
boss in a shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be extremely cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Imagine Hulk. Imagine Punisher versus Hulk in a shooter. That'd be so great.
So Jones is stoked. Yeah, we're. I feel like we're all convinced there's nothing other than... Because
Even like Shield though, I'd be down for. Swap characters around and like.
I mean, well, who else?
Different
I
abilities
mean,
and
who
stuff.
else is,
Killing me right now.
who else is more gun-based? Like, Deadpool's got some
Punisher,
guns.
Deadpool,
Deadpool.
Rocket Raccoon. Could be some Guardians maybe. Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Guardians actually is one of the two. I think they're working on Avengers and Guardians. Guardians was rumored, but
Yeah.
we're pretty sure that we know they're already working on Guardians. Another team. So yeah, I kind of like Deadpool maybe, but I'm
Deadpool?
feeling Punisher.
Problem with Deadpool is he's very acrobatic. Like the katana is not always the
Deadpool's
best
more
in first
bankable.
person.
Deadpool's so bankable right now. People want that Deadpool money.
but
yeah.
I
And
think
Punisher, though, he's
Painkiller
about
was...
to get his own series
Okay.
on Netflix.
Painkiller, I think, was first
Really?
person, but the
I
other two
didn't know
were
that.
third
Oh, God.
person. Right? Oh, no, Bulletstorm was
Bulletstorm's first person as well, yeah.
Out of control. Yeah.
But they could do either one.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think they're working on any IP that Square Enix has. I don't think they're working on Hitman, certainly. I don't think they're
Definitely
working
not.
on Thief or Deus Ex.
no.
I think most likely the reason why Square Enix would call up People Can Fly is to work on a Marvel game.
To work on Punisher.
Yeah.
You guys are freaking me out right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll see.
God.
I mean, we probably will not hear again for another year.
It's all right.
But it's cool. Future news.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun. A cool headline. Kind of got buried this week because a lot of stuff happened this week. That was cool.
That's so cool. Who gets money there if the Bulletstorm like remaster? Does people that fly get or People Can Fly get any money from that?
Sure, I think they do. Why? Were they not?
I'm just
developers
curious
on
if they if they like if a company doesn't make their own remaster. Like does
Oh,
Bluepoint
interesting.
when Bluepoint remasters a game, does Bluepoint get all of the money?
I think
with
so.
The publisher?
Yeah. I think the publisher says we're going to give you this amount of money to do that. No
And then
royalties.
So
Yeah.
they get paid, but the
Yeah.
original creators do not get
Right.
any.
Yeah.
Who
I don't
knows?
think. I don't think
it's going to be so individual.
Yeah.
It's like
Case to
going to
case.
depend back on the original contract or whatever.
I think you need to be Bungie
I mean, that
status
was
to
EA
get royalty
that
stuff.
published Bulletstorm originally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So somehow Gearbox got in there.
Threw in Duke Nukem.
Threw him in.
Yeah.
Got me to play it.
Worked on Huber. Here's a. This is weird. Nintendo announced their online plans this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that happened this week.
Yeah. I may not have caught the whole thing because I was traveling when all that went down.
Let me give you what we know, Blood. No longer coming fall of 2017 as previously promised. Already a huge delay after the console's release. It is now planned for 2018. It will include the classic game selection. Now,
This is interesting.
This is weird. So we were really not because we have PlayStation Plus, we have Games with Gold. We kind of have a kind of understanding of how these things work. Nintendo is apparently actually doing something completely different. They showed us 3 games. They showed us Mario Bros. 3, they showed us Balloon Fight, and they showed us Dr. Mario. And they said that each of these games included in the classic game selection will now have online capabilities added, and you'll be able to play all of the games in the selection for all time as long as you're paying for the service. Basically like the EA Vault, like what EA does with EA Access.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's what Nintendo's offering. Let me throw some prices at you.
Oh God, here we go.
1 month, $3.99.
Ooh.
3 months, $7.99. 12 months, $19.99.
$20 for a year?
$20 for a year.
Pretty good.
So generous.
What I think is good is they are right out of the gate talking about like a game service, a game collection, whereas like PlayStation Plus and
Games with Gold.
Games with Gold, like, well, PlayStation Plus kind of started. Yeah, that's kind of a weird comparison, but like originally, like Xbox Live, like you were paying to go online, and then they added Games with Gold to compete with PlayStation Plus.
Right.
Whereas with this, like Nintendo's like right out the gate, it's like, okay, online play is going to be included in this, but you're also going to have the games. Like, so they're basically coming out more or less equal footing, but a cheaper price point.
Yeah. Let me.
I mean, the service might not be as great overall, but we don't know that yet.
Let me tell you what else you get. You get 2 other benefits beside online and the classic game selection. You get the online lobby and voice chat app
Right.
for your phone. That's how you'll be able to chat with people.
That whole weird thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you will get Nintendo eShop deals, much like Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus.
Yep.
Here's the difference, Blood, is it's with Games with Gold, with PlayStation Plus, you're getting newer games. You're getting games that are worth more than Balloon Fight. So is it
Kind
more
of.
worth it? Yes. Hubert, Balloon Fight?
But check this out.
Okay.
So you get a new game versus, though, a classic. What's more valuable?
A new game. Like,
Then
I mean, Balloon Fight is not the best. I mean, you're getting
dollars and
Super
cents.
Mario Brothers
You're getting
3.
Mario.
You're
Come on.
getting
And some
Dr.
Pac-Man.
Mario with online play. So I don't know why. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3 can't have any kind of online function, right? That's
Leaderboards.
weird.
They're all leaderboards.
Oh,
Come on.
leaderboards.
It doesn't say online play. It says online functionality.
Yeah, that's the
Something
thing.
works online.
2 players great in Mario 3.
Speedrun
I doubt
leaderboards?
they're going to let us play co-op.
Right.
I doubt it. Leaderboards
my-
is what
Why
we
not tell
expect.
us?
God.
Yeah.
Well,
Why
because
hold
it's-
that why hold that
because it's a
information
year
back
away.
now?
So
I just don't think that's a hotter announcement later. I think you get it out now or you don't.
Yeah.
If it's not online, then you say functionality. That's the save. Maybe let them think it is. It'll show up later. Leaderboards.
Yeah.
We didn't say play.
We didn't say you could play online. Yeah, exactly.
Fine print.
But
Yeah.
well,
Smells like that.
I think it's like that's like the base level, and then they'll do whatever makes sense. They'll throw in weird stuff, like remember
Kung Fu.
the Punch Out. Remember the special Punch Out for Club Nintendo members that like only had like one fight that wasn't in the actual game.
With your trainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I get the idea it's a vault, but if one of your 3 games is Balloon Fight.
Nintendo loves that game for whatever reason.
I wonder if that game is also the problem with Virtual Console and talking about these plans and everything is it's not. I really don't get the vibe that this is a person who's making games and really dealing with the community of what games they love, and it's this one-way relationship. I love Balloon Fight, you love Balloon Fight. Let's all celebrate Balloon Fight. I think Balloon Fight's in this like easy sector of games that they know they're just going to be able to license for this stuff forever. They're like, oh, you're like what games do we have there? Oh yeah, Dr. Mario. We'll mention those now. and then we'll spend the next couple months or the year like locking down some other really fun exclusives. But like we know at this point we can comfortably say those 3 games because we know those are just in that category now at Nintendo.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe Super Nintendo games eventually.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the weirdest part is, along with the online service, I mean, I feel like there's not been that much demand for the information on the online service because we're already able to play Mario Kart and ARMS and Splatoon
For free
online. So
Yes.
it's like, sure, delay the paid service because I don't want to start paying for that yet.
Yeah.
Whereas it still leaves this mystery as to like, what are you going to do with your classic games catalog? And this is a bonus for that online service, but it doesn't really tell me anything about that. There's no way that's the whole picture.
Oh, a virtual console.
Yeah, there's no way like that's the all-encompassing way that they're going to do this. So
Yeah.
like, okay, what is the rest of the plan, Nintendo?
I'm not sure they know yet, Blood.
Right.
That's the impression I get from this announcement.
Yeah. Well, and now that like the Nintendo Spotlight is a 30-minute thing, I feel like they're not even going to get into any kind of nitty-gritty thing like that.
We'll get to that spotlight, my friend.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I have one last headline for you all.
Good transition.
Middle-earth: Shadow of War has been delayed from August 22nd to October 10th. Reasons cited: Monolith is committed to delivering the highest quality experience. So here's the thing: that's not totally surprising. They announced it a long time ago, like, hey, this is coming out August, and I think it was like our first August announcement. Here's the thing, though, is that when it was announced, when this game was first announced, it was announced as a Scorpio game. This game is going to... Yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah. It was the first ever Scorpio game announced. I think it still is. I think there are no other Scorpio games announced. And so I said at that time, like, that's coming out in August. It's like really early to tie it with the Scorpio. And so I do think with October 10th, it is likely to coincide better with the Scorpio. That's really the only headline I take away from there. I don't know if we have any other good takeaways from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
I heard some people drawing their breaths.
I played Shadow of War at Judges Week on
Yeah.
a PlayStation 4, so that's funny to me.
Oh, but Microsoft definitely locked down the marketing deal, which is what
Sure,
makes that
yeah.
strange.
But didn't lock down Judges Week.
Yeah, didn't. Okay.
Wasn't a priority for them. But that could mean next to nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
That's a
That
cute
was
little scoop.
That was my snicker.
Why? What's up, Blood?
Oh, no, I just... Yeah, I just feel like it's just this casualty of the way people announce games. And like, yeah, here's our release date for this game that's a long way from being finished. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, sure, like you need more time to do QA for a game with all these crazy AI systems and everything going on.
Yeah. It is probably going to be WB's biggest game launch.
Oh, it is.
I would tie it with Lego Marvel 2, which I realize sounds ridiculous, but I think will probably sell better. Yeah, I think those are probably going to be their 2 big games of the year. So it is interesting to see that go into the prime time, November. That's rough. It's going to be...
October.
Sorry, October is still rough. It's going to be a battle, depending on how everything else
hitters.
shakes out.
Yeah, I do feel like it would have probably been better in August. But
It's a good August game.
They also got more Dimensions coming in September, and supposedly more Dimensions being announced at E3.
So what?
Just more WB stuff happening.
Let me ask you something, actually, because I was really curious about that, because I saw Beetlejuice coming to Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
Is that on the disc now, or do I download
Download
DLC?
that. All
Okay.
of the new stuff you download bit by bit when you put it on there.
Bit by bit.
And it's not on the NFC. It's not on the actual Lego itself when I download it.
No, it just identifies.
That I download.
I think they did an update when they added the new thing that created this new area where all the new stuff was, and then I think registered that like there is a spot for Goonies. You know, you can't activate it yet.
Yeah.
And then when you put it on there, it goes, "What's this? Oh, it's that Goonies thing that I have. I need the whole game. You got to download it now for."
Jones, do they have
play it.
RoboCop?
No, but that's an excellent suggestion. My goodness.
Rated R.
no,
Hard R rating.
No, the new one was not rated R, right?
Yeah. They
Oh,
screwed-
don't do the new one.
They screwed
Yeah.
him over.
That's not what Huber wants.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No,
Don't
I
You could
want
easily do RoboCop and Lego.
classic Robo.
You're right.
Because they've got other ones.
Because
that
the
are-
story itself is not like, it's just the violence that's the overboard in that movie. So people get shot. It's not like
Yeah,
off screen.
you could
It's
easily
so
do.
gratuitous. Like,
Yeah.
So
It's so crazy. Lego people can just have guns now. That's crazy.
Yeah, they come with like hold them.
Because I feel like when I was playing with Lego people, I had to improvise my guns. I had to be like, this loudspeaker is a gun. That's a gun. Whereas now they're just like, it's okay. Here's a pistol. It's like, whoa, you can do that? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. You're just playing around.
Yeah, that little April O'Neil thing we got in a gift bag that I
was a
put
Mega
together.
Block.
Still, though, it's little April O'Neil. She's got a gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't pretend you care about her.
Love it. Where is she? Where's the little April?
I won't talk about this.
Where is she?
I can go get her right now.
Is she here?
I can
Yeah,
deliver
probably
her.
right around
I can
here.
deliver her to you
You did
post
not take
haste.
her home.
Probably right around here.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. I think that when Scorpio does launch, it might be October, it might be November. I think that it's gonna be like, hey, look at Shadow of War and how great this is on this platform. And I think that's fortunate. I wonder how confident they were in August 22nd the first time they said it. I doubt very.
I doubt it mattered. I doubt they were like shaking in their boots. And they were just like, whatever, just bump it back a couple months. It's fine.
Man, Scorpio. Like, if Shadow of War is 4K 60 on Scorpio and,
Yeah,
like
I think it will be. I think it definitely will be.
1080p 60 or on PS4 or something, you know, like that
With dips.
big.
With PS4 Pro, it's gonna have dips.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, count on it, Huber. That's the new world we're gonna live in. Everybody with a Pro is gonna feel like an idiot.
Back of the Xbox, like, no dips. Apparently, it says right there.
No dips. Sorry, you all hear that? Sounds like it is podcast halftime.
The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of June. Richard Smuts, who you can follow at Thraxis. Michael Kozachenko, who you can follow at Mishakos. L. Thanis. Sweet Justice, a sound design company from England that focuses on audio for game cinematics and trailers. They're also heavily involved in sound design and sound implementation for games. They've worked on Battlefield 1, Mirror's Edge, Call of Duty, Injustice 2, and a load of indies. You can see and hear their work at www.sweetjustice.audio. Iron Harvest, a real-time strategy game for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, currently in development at King Art Games. Join their community and help them bring the alternate reality of 1920 plus to life.
Iron Harvest.
Iron Harvest. Mango. Scorn, an atmospheric horror adventure developed by Ebb Software set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information. iKeyless. Need a new car key or remote? iKeyless.com has been in the key replacement business since 2002. Check them out today and they can help save you up to 75% off of the dealership's prices. If you type in EZA at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your order. Hogue Law, business law firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. Rick Hogue started Hogue Law to bring more than a decade of experience to companies like yours, and is proud to support the Allies. Check him out at www.hoaglaw.com. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
It worked! Before I hand you back your podcast, Kyle.
Yes.
Michael Kozachenko, you might have heard of him on this podcast, mentioned before.
The number 2 guy.
Number 2 guy.
Yeah.
Now number 2 this week has a special announcement. Take it away, Michael Kozachenko.
Hello, Easy Allies community. You may or may not know who I am, but you're probably sick of hearing my name every podcast halftime. I'm Michael Kozachenko, and I have a special announcement to make. In 2012, I interned at Game Trailers and had such a wonderful time. I met incredible people and did things I had only dreamed about doing. Eventually, I thought I'd make my way back to Game Trailers, but obviously that didn't come to fruition. When Easy Allies was born, I felt compelled to contribute in any way I could, and I'm happy that I'm financially stable enough to do so. But the desire to make video game videos never left me, and today I'm excited to announce that I'm going to start doing my own thing. So, launching right now will be my YouTube channel, where I will do 3 things: long-form critiques, video game reviews, and the occasional editorial. Right now, today, you can find 3 videos there: a review of Prey, a review of Horizon Zero Dawn, and a long-form critique of Uncharted 1. Uncharted 2's video won't be very far behind. So I ask you that as I have supported the Allies, you'll support me now in this new endeavor. You can do so by going onto my Patreon page, which I want to use to buy other equipment and handle other costs, and that is located at patreon.com/mishakos. You can also support me in other ways by going onto my website, mishakos.tv, and following the links to my Twitch, my Twitter, and my YouTube. But regardless, thank you so much to the Allies for everything you've done for me. Thank you so much to everyone I worked at when I was at Game Trailers, and thank you so much to the Easy Allies community for showing me this absurd and undeserved amount of love when I've been on stream before. I just want to say that you're great, and thank you so much. Love and respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kozachenko. We have no idea. I have no idea what he said just now, just to be clear.
A very exciting announcement.
Okay.
You can get the details later if you want it, but excited for Kozachenko. Congratulations.
Because it's like, hey, these guys are a-holes. And I'm like, hey, thank you, Kozachenko. You know, it could be anything. You can make that video say anything.
It's his sponsorship, maybe, you know?
Look, yeah, if you want Jones to call us a-holes, it's
Make a
fine.
video about how much I hate Kyle real quick. I'm just going to slip that right in the middle of the podcast.
Cool. So, it is now time for us to conclude the Easy Allies Podcast E3 Press Conference Preview 2017. We have 2 more press conferences to go through. Whoa, Sophie, all right? Sony is having their press conference Monday, June 12th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Mm-hmm. Now, Sony blew me away last year.
And the year before.
Well, yeah, last year, though, with their press conference formatting, which was highly unusual. Very little talking. Basically, game to game to game. They had a live orchestra. They treated it like a show, which I always asked. I said, hey, you're putting on shows. You don't have to make that up front. Acknowledge that it's a show, and they went over the top acknowledging it as a show. Basically, they put on something that you could go to a theater and watch live and have a good time, as they do. They stream it to theaters. Sean Layden said, yeah, we're just going to do that again this year.
Oh,
so, yeah? Yeah. He said, we're doing that again. Expect that again. That is what we're coming into this year. And so before we talk about the games, I want to talk about that. Because I think that's kind of where we left off. We said, wait, are all press conferences going to be like that? After that happened last year, I was kind of floored. Do you think they one-up it, or do you think they just do that again?
Do it again.
That's kind of how I feel, Huber.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't need a bigger orchestra. You don't need a bigger
No.
theater. You don't need to impress us more than that. You found something that worked. Mm-hmm. In the case of Pokemon, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
What was interesting about that press conference last year was it was as good as it was not a very well balanced press conference, because there wasn't like a cinematic trailer and then like a demo, like an EA kind of thing where, remember in Battlefield and they brought out like 50 people and they all played a match together, you know, and then on this part it's a recorded demo, we're going to show that off. It was very like big game announcment, like
Jones,
seeing game for the first time, a little more Death Stranding. Like,
what about God of War?
God of War was the exception, but it was, I don't know, it just seemed, it seemed like the style of the show was not flowing between lots of different types of announcements that you could make. You know, like all of the things was kind of presented with the same amount of bravado. And so I wonder if it's not only how Sony decided to do their press conference, but what they're deciding to announce. Case in point, 2 years ago when they had made all their fun announcements, one of my favorite moments from that I don't think you could do in this type of a show is when they brought up a bunch of independent developers on stage and they had them all play their games. They introduced them individually, and then when they announced like person number 2, game number 1 and 2 were still being played. Like if you were in the theater, you could still just like, okay, I'm not interested in that game. I want to see this, you know, the Don't Starve thing or expansion they're releasing or whatever. And I don't think that the show that they did last year caters to that kind of a presentation for those types of independent games.
Yeah. Also, is the first ever in a long time that didn't start with a montage.
Yeah.
Sure.
They
Yeah,
almost-
Just the attitude in general wasn't
Yep.
like that. It was like,
yeah, the montage,
Like,
I could definitely do without, because it's like, even though if you like pick the right song and do a good cut, like it can get you hyped up for what's coming, it's also super redundant. Like,
Yes.
you just see the same stuff that you're already seen, basically. And especially like the one that's early on, like you might catch a glimpse of something in there that you don't know what that is, but chances are like most of those games are things that you've already seen before. Yeah, I will say that there's like a little bit of hesitancy of like, just always doing that, just because I feel like even though like it's great to have that show and that presentation, like sometimes like I do want a little bit of nuts and bolts details. I do want to know what, like Days Gone I think is last year's good example, where we saw this demo, we didn't really know what the big picture of the game was until we got behind closed doors, and then like the stuff they talked about was way more interesting than the stuff they actually showed in the demo.
That's fair, Blood.
So it's
Yeah, I was gonna push back, but you're right. That's fair. That's absolutely fair with Days Gone in particular. But I think the way they introduced God of War was the correct way. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to start with. I think God of War is a lock. It's painted on the wall of a huge building. God of War will be featured within this press conference.
Yes.
I wonder how.
Finale.
Close
it out with a release date 2017.
Hubert,
Yes.
I'm there with you, dude.
Lock it, baby.
I think a lot of people think this is a 2018
no
game.
way.
March
Lock
2018.
it in October or November.
Yeah, I think Blood's got
Lock
the
it.
smart bet, but I totally think it's this year.
Yes.
I'm glad we both feel it.
Also, God of War 3 had a very epic E3 demo.
yeah.
So I would not be surprised if a demo for God of War Shadow dropped. Because,
Oh, for everybody to play at home?
yes, because that demo
Oh.
came out later, a couple months later for God of War 3, but we live in a different climate now, different world, different...
Twitch,
yeah,
Twitter.
Twitter, social
Instagram.
media,
Yeah.
Snapchat.
What?
Yeah. So I could see a demo releasing.
Speaking of Snapchat, Konami, your Snapchats are sucky.
Whoa. What just happened?
So we're talking about Sony. What's the percent?
I'm not ready to move on for God of War yet.
Okay.
I saw what you were about to do there. Jones,
Yeah.
what do you show of God of War different to make people excited to play it this year when it's obviously coming out?
How he got to this world.
Oh, wow, okay.
Boy, you want to talk about
Please
hype?
God no. Please God no.
Boy, you want to talk about hype?
I feel like that wouldn't be something you want to show.
Don't
boy.
please don't show that. Please don't ruin the magic for me. I want to
But that
learn
magic,
that as I play.
but that
Jones.
might not have any relevance in the story. Like that might have happened 10 years before the game begins.
I think it does.
And
Sure.
the
Yeah.
kid never brings it up, and he sure as hell is never gonna bring it up. Like Kratos can keep a secret like nobody's business, and I think that's really a moot point. Like I think that's something that they're gonna want to just move on in the story and be like, you know what he did, we know what he did, he knows what he did. Moving on, and like maybe questions will come up. There'll be a couple Easter eggs. I think it's a great opportunity in a trailer, in like kind of I know a lot of people are critical of this trailer, but in the zombie open world game that had the kid flying out the hotel window and everything was backwards.
Dead
Dead
Island.
Island.
Dead Island, that everyone's like, that's nothing like the game. Like that's in the game. You visit that hotel room, their bodies are there. Like it's all like it did happen before the story, but it wasn't important to it. But it was a part of their advertising. So,
that's
so like
interesting.
I just think that would be so crazy if it's like it starts and you hear the music, Bear McCreary comes out, he's conducting, and like, oh, here we go. I know that theme, so I know it's God of War.
Yeah.
And then you see him, and it's young Kratos again, and oh my god, and you see this Evil Dead moment at the end where he gets sucked through some portal or something, or like screws up in some big way. Someone dies, and then they curse him, and he's cast into this other world.
I don't think it's even a dimension. I think he just moves geographically to get
Yeah.
there.
I just don't think like I think if they're going to go there at all, then they're gonna make that an important part of how the story plays out.
Yeah, like you finally tell the son, the child of here's my story.
Yeah.
How I got here.
Yeah.
Type thing. But maybe not.
So here's my guess at this is that we're gonna be on a flying creature. Huber's right. Huber's right in that God of War in their trailers and demos always. You think of the Battle of the Colossus of Rhodes. That was a demo. You could just play that on a disc.
Yep.
And that was shocking. That was appalling that this game was capable of throwing off this kind of scale. I don't think that was demonstrated last year. I
Right.
think last year was kind of understated in a good way.
Yeah.
I think this year
Now
they're going
it's
to try to blow it away.
scale.
Yep. Yeah. I think scale. And I think we're going to be like flying. I think there'll be a creature larger than we've seen before. And I think that's how they're going to sell the game this
That's
year.
how they ended the last one, so it is probable. There's
Oh, they showed a little thing in the background?
Came
Yeah.
flying in, so.
Oh, the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dragon.
I think we're fighting that dragon this year at
Or,
E3.
yeah, fighting and then riding.
Yeah. Another lock, a game I'm very excited about. It's one simply called Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
A game in which you can play...
Spider-Man PS4, I believe, is the official
Spider-Man.
title. No, I'm kidding.
It's a hashtag.
hashtag,
It's the
yeah.
official hashtag.
Yeah, I don't think it's the name.
Insomniac.
Insomniac's making this
so
game.
good.
Yeah. Last year we got a trailer. I was corrected on this. We did at the PS4 Pro reveal get a little more, but generally we have not seen a lot of Spider-Man in the last 12 months. What do we see at E3 this year? Is that game close?
We just see a straight up gameplay demo.
Yeah, we got to see gameplay now. It's time. We're ready. Long overdue.
Yep. And so I kind of feel the opposite with God of War. I think this one you can do what God of War did last year with Spider-Man this year. I think you don't have to show a huge thing.
See what kind of Spider-Man we're dealing with. Is this veteran Spider-Man? Is this like origin Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Middle of the road?
Can I tell you my dream, Huber? My dream is that this game doesn't have a bunch of thugs for us to beat up. My dream is that
that trailer.
There's some thug beating.
I know.
It's all over it.
I don't want it to be like there's thugs everywhere. That's the only action you take as Spider-Man.
You want intimate and meaningful encounters.
Yes.
Is what you want.
Yeah. And that's what I would like to see. I would like to see more than just beating up thugs, pulling them out of limousines and stuff like that. I would like to see more, being Spider-Man. That's what I'd like to see. What do you want to see from Spider-Man?
Enemy reveal at the end. I'd love to see taunts. That would be the best. I'd love to see if there was some system.
Jones?
If there was some system that you hold down one button and then all the face buttons turn into just like, well, nice try, buddy. Just like something you can say.
Or just a dynamic taunt button that you push it and he says something about the situation.
Like if like a couple NPC, like New Yorkers like chuckle like around you or something, or somebody's like, yeah, Spider-Man. Like it'd be great. I would love to see that interaction that like maybe there's like a behavior thing where like you're actually slowly getting New York to love you. That's like part of it. That like
New York
like how you do
Spider-Man.
stuff and how much
Absolutely.
you help, how much you go and beat up those thugs as opposed to like stopping Rhino or Electro or something.
Yeah.
You'll actually get people on your side.
Yeah, that's actually, Jones, that's such a good video game design idea because I think that sometimes that'll create a separation when your character's like yapping too much or just says a line when you probably shouldn't be. If you could just press a button for a one-liner, that's genius, Jones.
One of the things that blew me away on that PS2 game was that you could tie guys to poles. I was like, oh, I'm going to do that every time. Like, grab a guy and fly up there and tie him and like hang there for a little bit and go off and do something else.
There's a lot of possibilities.
I am not ready. I am expecting like Rocksteady Batman levels from this game. This will be of that caliber. I'm
better
not
because
prepared.
it's I don't think Rocksteady could handle Spider-Man. It just he moves too fast. Like Batman's very stoic and how
Batman moves fast. In combat, he's like
in combat, supernaturally so. But the movement specifically, like I want to get to the side of that building.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's like, screw that building. I'm going flying over it.
Kyle, what villain do you want?
I want 3 villains.
Cool.
Dr. Octopus, dude.
Gotta have Doc Ock.
Dr. Octopus.
Gotta have him. Gotta have Rhino as like the first.
Rhino's in the teaser.
You saw Rhino?
For a hot second. Yeah, I think you see Rhino.
Perfect.
Nice, Jones. And what do we think about Venom? Venom's like obviously he's so good.
He's got his own movie coming.
But he's got that complication of like, do we have to go through the whole symbiote suit arc where Spider-Man's like, I like having this suit on?
And it's like he's such good like sequel material.
Yeah.
Venom is sequel.
Yeah, he's a sequel. So let's not do Venom in that game. All right. Let's just do Shocker. He's got a cool weapon.
He is cool.
I think what I kind of would want to see in there, and like I don't know the best way to use it, but I think there's a lot of potential. Is if you had, do you remember in Uncharted when you took like the winch and like you took it around the tree and like there's actually physics on the cable?
I remember it well.
Like that kind of physics on the spider strings, and like being able to like actually like set up a trap to where like if somebody's driving a car through this point and like put a web and you catch the car.
Yeah. So
I got something else too.
Yeah, Jones.
I'm so excited for this game.
Because this is my takeaway right now.
In Spider-Man 2, there's a lot of like schedule stuff where it's
Yeah.
like, oh no, I got a date with Mary Jane. I got to get back to the apartment.
Yeah.
And it was like, it would give me a little counter, but like, like it's like in the morning, like the time of day in New York was like not really lining up correctly with like the context of the mission that I'm on. Or it would kind of force time to change to kind of like oh, it's night all of a sudden. I'm going to the opera with Mary Jane. It'd be neat if that was actually incorporated in kind of like a win or lose type of way where like, he's you not only have to save New York, you got to get through school, or you got to get you don't have to like take tests and stuff. It's not like bully, but like you just physically got to get there. And I wonder if it'd be really fun if there's like a Dead Rising kind of like time thing where like you can skip plenty of those, but not all of them.
Yeah.
And like, it'd be neat if you're like, oh, I want to level up that one thing, and in order to do that, I got to take down this gang, but like, I got to get to class. And so it'd be neat if you're making that decision of like, okay, fine, and you just web over to school and then walk in, cutscene,
that's
fades to black,
That's
fades up.
Spider-Man.
3 hours later,
Yeah.
you're walking out,
Yes.
like, okay.
I'd like it a little more if it's like Persona 5 style, Jones, where it's not actually a ticking clock, but you have to choose. You have to choose which way you'll go.
So like you go to Jay Jonah and you're turning in the photos, and he's
Yeah.
like, God, pissed that Spider-Man. We had a bank robbery today, and he didn't show up. Where the hell was he? And
Yeah.
you're like, I made that decision to not do that.
I would love
that was
it.
on me.
Dude.
That
So,
wasn't just I was forced into that by the story, but
So Jones, here's my takeaway from this: is that this game we have lots of dreams.
Yeah.
We have dreams for what this game will be. We don't know. We don't have those details yet, and that just has to be filled in at E3 this year.
but they're dreams based on the realization of a concept 2 generations ago. That I played a game where I'm like, I don't know if I'm crazy, but this game looks amazing. And then I got the game, and I'm like, this is exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
100%. And so it's like every Spider-Man game I've played since. You're like, no, too bad.
There's some
So
okay
it's like
ones.
Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah.
they are writing some
I don't want it.
serious checks with this game, man.
Spider-Man's
And
okay.
yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 was okay.
hopes.
Yeah.
Promoted this game on TV last fall.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yeah, as part of the PlayStation brand. I think we're going to see a downgrade on this. I don't think it's going to look as good as it did in that trailer last year. There's like no way. We'll
Sure.
see. I can't see it pulled off.
Think of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Think how good that looks.
Oh my god, why do this? So you just got to lock it at 30 frames per second. Anybody expecting 60, throw that dream away.
lock
Insomniac doesn't want it. Let's just say it's the 30 frames per
Yeah,
second. and then
Insomniac
it's
did
maybe
move away
possible.
from 60. Yeah.
Okay.
Lock
yeah.
it down.
Lock it down. Days Gone. Let's talk about that game. New IP announced at E3 last year.
Yeah.
Can't handle this.
Why can't you handle this?
So is game overload right now, man. Freaking out. I'm ready.
So I make fun of Days Gone on the podcast, and I get heat for it in the
You
comments.
should get heat for it. What is wrong with Days Gone?
It's
not like a-
it's
it's
an
not-
easy game to make fun of. It's
a
another
big old
zombie
zombie
game, and
Yeah.
big hordes of mindless things clambering
Fine.
over stuff. And
Yeah. Why
am I
should I
gonna
get
shoot
excited
that
about
one or
this,
that one
man?
or that one or that one? What do I care? I think
I
this
love-
is a game. I think it's a game like Horizon. Like when Horizon first came out, we were all like, okay. I think the proof is in how this world builds as you go through it. And I think that's the thing that excites me is that yes, we've had so many zombie games, but we have not really had a open world first person resource gathering
Third person.
third person but first person meaning one character. It's
Yeah.
like my little brain fart I did there, but like third person open world where you have a motorcycle, which makes so much sense. It's like that. That's how you would get around if you got to drive through forests or like weave through parking. Like hundreds of cars left out on the highway. And so I'm more curious to see kind of in a state of decay kind of way of just like persistence in this world. Like how hard is it to make it to hour 30? Like how many times am I gonna have to restart a whole scenario because like man that was tough. I just like that person. There were lots of ways they made it through that barn in the demo that we saw. But like imagine just you're in a hospital and you're I'm gonna take this corner and this is a dead end. You're like oh no, and you turn the corner and here comes 80 of these things. And you're just like should I pause and quit or just watch what's about to happen to my character?
Jones, when you say persistence of this world, one of the comments that was hassling me for being down on Days Gone brought up that you can plant C4 on this one point in the map and it will be there for the rest of the game. That C4 will always be there,
That's
ready to
insane.
go.
Yeah, I mean that's a
detonate.
big part of what they were talking about was like setting up, like learning the patterns of enemies, different types of creatures and stuff like that, and then sort of like setting up like lures and traps for them. So like if there's a building you want to get into and it's surrounded by creatures, then like okay, figure out like what they like, what times of days they're active and inactive, and then like okay, plan a way to get them away from that building, and then you can get in and not have to deal with 100 things at the same time.
Hubert,
Yes.
Jones brought it up. It's going to be brought up many times. This game will be directly compared to State of Decay 2, open world zombie games.
That is true.
Do you see it differentiating itself?
Yeah. Story.
Story. Okay.
Yeah.
That I
Story.
can't say I care about. I hope we don't get like the story trailer and that's it for E3.
Sure. You need more than that. Absolutely.
I like the idea of playing as a bounty hunter in this world. I think that's a really cool thing. Especially a world that has zombies and has been like destroyed, and you're worrying about like collecting money on a bounty. Like that seems interesting to me. I don't know.
You're just dealing with it.
Yeah.
You're beyond the point of, hey, how do we kill the zombies? It's like,
Yeah.
well, I got to live in this world.
Totally.
How am I going to make a living?
I'm super down with that idea. You know?
Sure.
Just depends how they.
There aren't a
play
lot of bounty hunter games.
I love bounty hunters.
You want to be bounty hunters.
Yeah, I want to be a bounty hunter.
We want to have that job.
Exactly.
I love that bike too. You know,
Love
just
the
like
bike.
just like coveting this vehicle and improving it. Like I love Mad Max, and Mad Max has a lot of problems. Like Mad Max is not a pretty game. The environments were interesting. Like the world was diverse enough, considering it's just a big desert. Like they did a pretty good job of like changing color and palettes in the sky and everything like that. But like characters looked terrible. The Max I didn't really care about. Community comments, or there was something with Cup of Jones. Somebody asked me like, "What do you think of the ending of Mad Max?" Like I barely remembered it. But
That
as
car, though.
much as I just pulling up somewhere, getting out of my car, walking into a place, looting it. Oh no, there's a couple bad guys. Take them out. Get back in the car, drive off, rinse, repeat. It just never got old, and that might just be me and like the interests that I have. But having this game
I think there's
look a
a bit
little
of-
bit better, his story's
yeah.
a little more interesting, world's a little prettier, and just that bike, like
I
you know.
need like the survival aspect to be nailed. I need.
Well,
Like,
that's what they're talking about.
a
They're talking
small-
about a dangerous open world.
Yeah, I
that they
need-
feel like open world.
You
is
can't
like,
put the controller down.
oh, you can just
have your character
crisscross
standing
all the
somewhere.
time. It's no big deal. And they're like, no, like there's always going to be stuff moving around and shifting around and like, you know, like bandit camps and stuff like that you've got to watch out for. So you can't go very far and you can't predict like where everything's going to be at.
It's just like I don't like when I can go into autopilot in open world games, and that's a lot of them fall victim to that for me. When it becomes a checklist, it becomes about clearing outposts, clearing this area, go to this question mark, do that. Like, I want this to have supplies be valuable. You know, if I'm gonna take down a bandit camp that is a side quest, let me work for it. Let me like get a bunch of my ammo and have it cost me a lot of resources to try to take it down. I want
like
like
little bit more space in your gas tank on your bike.
Yeah.
I'll never stop searching for those.
exactly.
Yeah. This next game, Gran Turismo Sport, it will not be Gran Turismo Sport's first E3. It'll probably be its last. I expect this game to come out this year. Blood, when we had our Xbox talk, when we talked about the Xbox press conference, I said they can bring out a new Forza, and say this is the best looking racing game on any console. How does Gran Turismo Sport sell itself this year?
I mean, the thing that's weird, well, maybe not weird, but I think with Gran Turismo Sport, like, I actually don't feel like I know that much about it because I feel like it's very targeted.
Yes.
Like, it's targeted to the Gran Turismo fans, to the racing game fans.
Who I would
And-
call hard sim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they've got that message going out directly to them and like updating on their website and doing a lot of stuff through all the different ways that they keep connected directly to their fans. But they're not really giving a broader message. You know, like I don't know that we'll even see really anything in the press conference.
You don't think so?
I don't think it will be hugely emphasized.
Maybe
Wow.
like a little 1 minute release trailer and move
Yeah,
on.
they'll have a great looking
Throw
trailer,
that
but
in
they
there.
won't really go into like all the details and features and stuff like that. They will like save that kind of promotion and marketing for like maybe doing another Gran Turismo TV or something. But yeah,
I think they are doing that again, by the way. I saw
feel
a
like-
segment on ESPN where
Oh,
they're
yeah?
talking about it. Yeah.
So I feel like they just they know their audience and they know their audience is going to be there, and then they will, you know, put TV ads out there. They'll do stuff to like let the broader public know about it. But I don't think that like a space like E3, just like talking to general gamers that aren't car fans, like I don't think they're really going to go after them that hard.
Sure. Which is weird, though, because Forza does consistently. They
Sure,
put, they
Forza
put a,
like wants everybody in. Yeah.
they put a car right there in their booth every single year. So it is weird because it is a particular audience. However, this is, I believe, still, they're probably up and up with each other at this point with Forza, the best-selling racing franchise of all time. These games sell millions upon millions, the Gran Turismo games.
But I think that's the thing is that they don't really have to chase them. Because like last year, I didn't get to play Gran Turismo Sport because they didn't have it in the little press area, and the one that was on the show floor was it just, you know how they have those little apps now where like you schedule a time to play a game in a Sony booth. Like Gran Turismo was just all booked up. Like if you couldn't just walk up and play that game.
So yeah, if you're at E3, Gran Turismo is cool because it's not just walk up to a monitor. They have the seats
Yeah.
and the steering wheels, and you have a big old monitor in front of it. And as Blood said, you have to download an app and book an appointment on those, just if you're a regular person. That's how I got to VR. You had to first thing in the morning get on that stupid app and try to get an appointment. Yeah, that's interesting, Blood. I guess I think Gran Turismo is in that spot where they can do their own thing. They can say we're making a good Gran Turismo game and not have to sell it too hard, I guess. It's weird.
Well, the last thing I remember about the last Gran Turismo game that you reviewed, Blood, was I can't remember what game was directly compared to that year, but I remember the lunar driving being crazy. You're
is that GT5?
You're
Six.
You're well, one of the things that was so exciting about this was, and compared to other games, is that there's such a variety for all the weird things you can do in this game. So there's a lot of modes that are really fun and might attract people, maybe outside that audience. So I wonder if we'll get one of those, just some 10-second clip at the end of their trailer. You're like, what? Like mascot racing or something, just something
golf
weird.
cart.
Yeah,
a little spider monster.
Yeah.
100%, John.
But something that they don't even kind of get into the details of, just show 15 seconds of, and you're like, that was a weird ending.
Why that is genius is that is what we remember from GT6. You and I, we think of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Blood has many more memories and has a much more full idea of what that game is. But yeah, we think of the moon. We just need that one thing to grab
What I think we'll see
onto.
from Sony in general, if they had PAX's press conference, if they're going to do the same type of press conference they did before, is maybe... Because I remember Crash came right after something super serious. I was like, okay, I'm excited for whatever they're going to say about Crash, but a tone change, and I wonder if we're going to see a little bit more of a fluidity between something like this, like a Gran Turismo that is, it's racing and we'll enjoy that and it's fun, it's simulation, it looks realistic, and gosh, those cars are pretty, and maybe ends with a little joke, like a little fun thing, like golf carts. Oh, okay, that's funny. And then following that is a fun game that maybe has kind of a little somber ending, and then a somber game, to emotionally just kind of connect things a little more cohesively.
That seems like he's asking a lot, but yeah.
But I just don't see at the type of press conference they did last year to show up this year, do the same type of thing, and just do the gameplay at Gran Turismo. It's there's got to be something more to it than that.
We've seen it. We've seen
and
a lot
I think
of...
I think it'll be something that'll make us chuckle or put a smile on our face before it's done.
I like that guess. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is turning out to be a bigger thing than I think that even that team started working on.
Yeah.
It's basically a standalone game at this point.
Yeah. Box release.
Boxed release.
Yep.
I can go out and buy this game without Uncharted 4 at all.
Yep.
Wow.
And you get survival mode and multiplayer with it.
Is it a $60 game?
Oh.
I think it's 40.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
So generous.
So generous.
I love Uncharted demos at E3. I think we can easily expect one.
Yeah.
Was it PSX was announced?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was that thing. It was that, oh gosh, the way that these demos escalate.
I know.
It's everything I love in an E3 demo. The pacing.
Escalation. I realized
the
you like
escalation.
escalation.
I do.
Found that out today.
Yeah. I like it in music. You're building on a story. I like it in storytelling. And basically, at E3, when you're doing a demo, you can tell a story. You can have this escalation. You can raise the stakes. That's everything that did.
I felt like you could go a minute or two in that Uncharted trailer without really knowing it was Uncharted.
We did.
Yeah.
We absolutely did.
I kept saying Tomb Raider. I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's
There's
Tomb
things
Raider.
there, but
Totally
you're not
fell for it. Hook, line,
100%
and
sure.
sinker.
But now they can't do that.
Yeah.
Now they have to impress us by showing what an Uncharted game can be
With different characters, yeah.
with different characters. Yeah. Hubert, what can we see? What are we going to see at E3 for this?
So I know there's more than one environment. I do know that has come out. I'm wondering if we will see that newer environment,
We absolutely will.
or if we will if they maybe don't want to give that away, and if maybe they will just stay in this war-torn city that we were in for the first demo. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw just because this one the first time we saw it was a very slow build. It was going through on the phone.
Yeah.
A lot of stealth, a lot of sneaking around. Uncharted loves to show their big set pieces. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, the big one.
Yeah.
Major tonal shift though, because you won't. I don't think you're gonna have the Drake oh, oh crap, oh, look out, silly. Ah!
You don't think Chloe can pull that off?
And even I was fearing for them because they had a giant truck with a Gatling gun just mowing down buildings and they're crashing through stuff. But there was definitely the kind of fun vibe. Even when he got reunited with his brother and oh thanks, we're safe again.
Yeah.
It was just fun. And I think this could be a little more serious. I think they're going to deal with it, like you said, it's a little espionage. They're not supposed to be there. both the leads are women, obviously in some kind of country that they gotta wear cover most of the time, and so I wonder if there's gonna be a little tension there. And I think the tone, like I was talking about with tone, I think this is gonna be a serious tone.
I want to see some sick co-op kills, some co-op action with Nadine and Chloe. Like if you can just swap on the fly who you are, or like Tekken tag style, like tag one of them in, they come in out of nowhere.
Okay.
I want to see some of that.
Jones, I think they were covered just for the sake of concealing who that was, because I think it's in India. I think that's actually where the game takes place. Not positive. But yeah, you're right though, Jones. Is I wonder if we'll be wisecracking, because to me that is an important part of Uncharted. That's what it made.
Chloe does.
But it's a different lead.
And Nadine
So
does.
you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to.
There was a little bit.
I mean, I'm
It's
not saying
more
there's going to be
sarcasm.
none, but just
I would love to see some
overall,
humor there. I would love
I
to
think
see
it's
some
going to be a
humor
little
in this,
heavier.
in this demo, actually.
Drake will not reveal himself.
No, that would spoil it. That'd be bad. Bad call. Bad
call.
call.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
He's not going to be in the game. He's not going to be in that game.
Get
Don't worry
everybody
about
out of
it.
there. His brother Sully could be gone.
Let me talk to you about a couple of third-party games. I think we're going to see Destiny 2 heavily featured,
Yep.
100%.
and I think we're going to see Call of Duty World War II heavily featured.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree,
Back
panel?
to back
Yep.
trailers. Showdown.
The Activision block.
Yeah.
Okay. So then probably some Crash Bandicoot as well, tied with this.
Oh yeah. You know what?
They're showdown with
though,
themselves.
Yeah.
They've got to tease a new Crash.
Wait, what?
Isn't that what they've been doing for?
That's what I mean.
You think that
Like they can't just be putting out this remaster.
This
like this
remaster's
has
a
got to
big
be
deal.
a big investment.
Wow, not enough for Bloodworth.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that's interesting, Blood.
This to me is a remake.
It is.
Sure.
It's not a
Yeah.
remaster. It's more, well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, Huber, is that like the controls are exactly the same.
And
True,
The,
yeah.
levels are exactly. No, it's a remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very good remaster, high end,
For sure.
High-end remaster.
starting from scratch.
But I don't think
From the
they've
ground
been
up.
doing this build up for all these years just to say, hey, we worked with Activision to remaster these games. And like, no.
I would not be surprised.
Wow, I would be. The commitment from think of who Activision is.
Right.
They don't make games like what we expect this Crash Bandicoot game to be. They just don't do it.
Crash Bandicoot's Revenge.
But what if they wanted to? Let me just devil's advocate. What if
Okay.
they wanted to?
Explain
What
this
if-
to me, yeah.
And that desire, that want, that we're having meetings. We're not really, solidifying anything. But the talk is good. We're having, Activision's excited. We're excited. We might pull something off here enough to maybe wear a shirt at a press conference and get people excited about that. And then maybe to promote the excitement of this game, we'll also remaster the other games. And then that game fell through. And they're like, we don't really want it. We tested focus groups. Crash just isn't that big. But those remasters, that was fun. Let's do that. And we people are excited anyway, so they're happy about the remasters. They're sated. They're not expecting too much more. Done. Walk away from that. I'd be surprised if we got a brand new Crash game. For the record.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah. You know what? It's interesting. I really don't see it in Activision. Though, here's the thing: is they do the budget Ninja Turtles games. They did the budget Korra game. They did the budget Transformers game. I'd see maybe a budget Crash Bandicoot game. I don't think I see them going let's do a 3D platformer in 2018. Let's go all out. I can't see Activision wanting that. I don't think it's enough money. They look at Destiny. They look at Overwatch. They're like, this is where money is. I don't think they see it in Crash Bandicoot. I think this remaster is happening because of Sony influence. I think Sony's
Yeah.
like, hey,
No,
come
I
on,
think
please.
Sony's a big part of
Laid.
for sure.
Yeah,
Personally.
But
knocking on the door.
Knock on the door. Like, hey, I love Crash. Like, do you think you guys could remaster the trilogy?
Yeah. And then he just puts a little check across the table. Yeah. I think that's probably how it goes. Yeah, because we think about, let's talk about Call of Duty World War II and Destiny 2. Those are heavily monetized games. Those games sell millions and millions, and they make Activision a lot of money. Sony pays a lot of money to feature them. I think we'll just see them because of the deals at E3. What do you show of World War II?
You're going to show them.
Oh, just the classic Call of Duty, man. It's
I don't think they
your
show.
Call of Duty show up E3. You got your 6-minute, all one shot. Maybe a little interest of time in there, a little break.
Yeah, so let me ask the panel this, actually, because there's 1 millisecond of the trailer that makes me nervous.
Okay.
And it is, what do we call him? The big thing in a level that's like the showpiece.
The set piece.
Set piece. Thank you, Huber. The set piece moment of the church bell collapsing and you're on top of it. You see that for a millisecond.
Uh-huh.
But that to me means like, oh, you're doing a new Call of Duty game back in World War II. We're going to be like a superhuman who drops and falls all the time with big explosions. And I wonder if we see a demo like that, if we're in the top of a church and we fall on the bell and we're still shaking it off. I'm like, I'm fine. What next? It's like, we got to get up on top of that blimp. Okay, I strap on a jetpack. If we see something like that, we'd be disappointed, right? And so I wonder what kind of demo you show for World War II. Is it D-Day?
Dude,
I
mean, the thing is
I
that's
imagine
in
it
there.
being D-Day.
Yeah. The thing that's hard for me, and I tweeted this response as well, is I watched through that trailer feeling like, oh, this is like a Medal of Honor Frontline remake. And then I realized, oh yeah, this is Call of Duty. That's not Medal of Honor. It was like, I just felt like they hit so many of the same beats as Medal of Honor Frontline. It's like, how are you going to differentiate this game? Like, even though it's been so long since we had that flood of World War II games.
It's hard to remember there was a time you were sick of World War II.
It's still there. It's like all of that stuff is still so familiar, like in the back of your head, that it's hard not to associate with those games that you've already played.
And they had that whole reveal. They said, we're making it different. We're making this about brotherhood. And it's just, you gotta prove it. You can't just say, like, this game's different because of brotherhood. You have to show us something that means, like, oh, this is an impactful game. I get it. I get what you're doing.
But for them to do that, it would have to be completely change the pace of the game.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me to really care about any characters in Call of Duty when just hundreds of people are being mowed down every second. Just mowing people down.
Yeah.
You know, if this was
5 kills per level.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, or like, you know, you walk with your troops for 5 minutes, just walking and talking, not talking, looking around. You know, you see some enemies and there's like, you know, a small squad, 6 people, and you have like a firefight with them, like a dangerous one. But I just can't imagine.
I think you
Can't
definitely
imagine
have
them
to,
doing that.
Yeah.
You definitely have to feel vulnerable. You know, like, again, like the Medal of Honor Frontline, as soon as you hit that beach, it's like, holy crap. You know, it's like you definitely have a right way to make it through there, but you almost have to, like, memorize the steps to just survive that first mission. So I think right off the bat, it's like, make the person feel vulnerable.
I cannot remember the last time, if ever, I felt vulnerable in a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Sure. Because you get those instant reheals and everything. Absolutely.
And I think one of the things too that, you know, could help is to not necessarily like be tied to one character. Like if you branch off with different characters on different missions and you kind of reconvene.
I think they've promised you will do this when they were talking about the diversity of the world and the people you'll be playing as. Jones, I got one last question about Call of Duty before we move on.
All right.
Will we die in the onstage demo?
No.
Okay. Destiny 2...
E3's all about win.
It's all about win. You know what? We've seen a bunch of Destiny 2. They've had an event. It's going to be hard to show us something, I guess, new.
They definitely will not show the raid. There's no way.
I think they might, Huber.
No way.
Because you're showing, hey, on PlayStation platforms, you won't have the best version of Destiny 2, but you'll have the exclusive content. Like, they have to sell their exclusive content.
Game comes out in 3 months from
Yeah.
E3. I can't. I don't even think the raid's going to launch with the game. It's like a 2-week later thing. I just can't imagine it.
Wasn't there an exclusive raid on PlayStation platforms?
Not raid, no.
Oh, okay. What was it? It was an exclusive...
Strike. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know the difference.
So raid is like the big...
What's a strike?
6-man. Strike is 3. Strike is like a small 30-minute dungeon. The raid is a 6-man, like, you know, hours and hours
Then
long.
I think they'll probably show the strike. This was exclusive. You will never find this on
That's
Private
true.
Square.
The exclusive strike. For sure. That's a really good
But
bet,
nothing
Kyle.
story related, no cutscenes or anything like that, just because
I feel
so much of that at the reveal event.
Totally.
Oh, God.
I feel like they blew the story open.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Showed all the planets, like all the main characters
Yeah.
going to each of the planets. So it's like, okay, when I'm on this planet, I'm doing this. When this one, doing this.
Yeah.
It's like there's no secrets other than like the end game.
Which is cool. I think that's why you do your own event. Mm-hmm. And I think up at, you know what, Sony, you can do a 2-minute trailer that's, you know, nice. You can make a nice trailer. That's all you have to do for Destiny, really. All right, let's move into what's likely. And we're gonna have to
for Uncharted 2, I
double
wanted to
pace.
just say
What?
I didn't get a chance to say the scope
What
of the
about
game.
it?
That
What?
Like, because you know the I was thinking the first one they showed again, they were going from point A to point B.
Yes.
But in a claustrophobic, like really stealthy way.
Uh-huh.
I think they really want to show the size of it. So I think there's going to be like a lot of, you know, climbing, jumping, standard Uncharted, going from point A to point B, but it's like really far. So it'll be like, we got to get all the way over there. And they're going to do.
You know what I want? I want some caves, Huber.
Love caves.
I want some caves. PSVR, do we think it's going to show up big? Jones nodding emphatically. Jones, does it fit into the new style of PlayStation press conference?
It depends on the game. Maybe like a big game.
Maybe,
Far points out. You need another
Maybe that.
big
I think at Gran Turismo will show
PSVR
some
exclusive.
Sure.
Hey, Jones, maybe that exclusive Safehead VR, Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
Dino Frontier. You got that Dino Frontier.
Dino
Yeah,
Frontier!
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot about that game.
I question it. I question if PSVR will be big at the press conference. I think they'll
Okay.
show. I think they'll, you know, on the show floor, we'll have a bunch of setups.
What if
I
it was-
don't remember the name for it, but I got a trailer in the email this morning from somebody that's using the Farpoint gun.
I'm calling
Yeah.
right now. New IP built from the ground up exclusively on PlayStation VR.
Whoa. Okay.
Like, this is not like there's a VR mode in that you cannot play this game not VR. This
Like
is a
Farpoint.
like Farpoint.
Yeah.
Just whatever the next one. Probably won't play it for another 2 years. Probably won't come out for a long, long time. But
They just announced they've sold 1 million PSVRs. So yeah, it's got to be Sony.
some surprising
spending
developer
money
we
on
didn't
it.
know was working on it.
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
What if they disrespect it and give it the montage?
It's gonna get it. Well,
Just
I don't
VR
know.
montage.
What if it ends up being Sucker Punch's game? It's just VR.
I don't know. I love VR. I have a PSVR. I love it to death. I don't want to see Sucker Punch constrained in that way. I think.
Yeah.
Wow. So wait, how long have you had it?
I've had it since launch.
Which
was November. I think?
November?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's still in year one.
Maybe it was October and then PS4 Pro in November.
Yeah, it seems more like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So still year one.
Still year one, baby.
Year two PSVR games. Very excited.
Death Stranding. Are we gonna? I think we're gonna see another Death Stranding trailer.
I think that we
Sure.
are, even if we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should not. Thank you, Blood. We should not see another Death Stranding trailer. We absolutely shouldn't. But I don't think Kojima can help himself.
Nope.
And I don't think Sony can either.
Yeah.
They both want to have that trailer.
It's such a fascinating situation because, like,
Yeah.
I imagine there's so many checks and balances. Destiny, classic example. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we just blew this out. So what do we do? So much careful thought. Like, you're Sony, you get that file sent to you that's the trailer from Death Stranding. What do you say? What do you,
Yeah.
I don't know, the tone really fits, or like, we don't really understand that, or explain to me kind of what we're looking at here. You just, you don't even watch it. You just like, take it, all right, run it. You know,
8
like,
minutes. Yep, you're in. Let's just put it in.
no executive at Sony, no creative person, no PR person, no marketing person. None of them could tell you what the hell is happening in that trailer.
Yep.
The only person that knows is Kojima.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Awesome.
could even imagine.
the
It's
chokehold
like,
that he has. I love
like
it.
Kojima, we need an 8-minute Death Stranding trailer, and he delivers a 13-minute. You're like, I guess we cut Gran Turismo.
And all it is some soldier who like he keeps pulling like his eyeballs out. There's like another eyeball, and he pulls that one out, pulls another eyeball. It's 2 minutes of that, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. The camera's moving closer slowly, so yeah, there's
all
something.
this are on the
there, yeah.
edge of our seat. Like,
Ni no Kuni 2, I think we're going to see at E3 this year. I think it's likely. It's not promised.
at Sony's.
I
Yeah.
think it's likely we'll see
due.
that.
It's due. They,
Yeah.
you know, they had the PSX reveal and took E3 off, and now it's time.
Is that this year?
What?
Ni no Kuni 2. Is that releasing this year?
I think it's this year, yeah.
Oh, like even like they've announced it already, is what
think
you're saying.
so.
Okay. Huber pulling out his phone? What are you doing
Oh
there?
no, it was just
Yeah, his phone's not in
I
there.
had an itch.
He had an itch in his pocket.
Two listeners, Huber had an itch inside of his breast
He's
pocket.
wearing an itchy shirt.
It's an itchy shirt. I'll give you that. Dreams. Is Dreams dead or is Dreams real? Either
Oh,
way.
Dreams is
Dreams,
not
please.
dead.
Yep.
Dreams?
Yep. Because I think Media Molecule is still tweeting. Like, hey,
Please,
it's happening.
Dreams.
Count
Not
on
a
it.
press conference thing, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jones, it's going to be huge at this press conference.
Dreams is?
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
Cat's out of the bag.
I'm the only one
game,
here?
The game is the game.
No
done.
way it's
There's
out of the
no-
bag.
There's no more modes or anything.
What
It's
are
a
the
VR
tools
VR
that
mode,
you want?
VR dreams.
It's a game where you could build anything. What
Wait,
on
so
earth?
you-
I do think VR would be big for Dreams.
Yeah,
it would be.
sick.
Jones, you've had it demoed to you, right?
I didn't play it, but it was played in front of me. Yeah.
So
lots of different stuff.
We
that showed
haven't,
us.
as the public, we haven't. So we haven't really seen what the tools of Dreams are. We
Yeah.
haven't seen how you can actually create a thing. We've just seen these weird things.
Right.
And so I think you could demonstrate Dreams.
Yeah.
the moment that really knocked me out with Dreams, where I was like, ooh, okay, now we're talking, because it's like I've built in Little Big Planet, I've built in Infinity, I've built in Minecraft and all these other games, and they walked up to a house, and so the character's like, so I have an established scope of how big the world is that I'm looking at right now, and it's a person in a forest, and they walk out of the forest, and there's a small house, like a dollhouse, and they look inside, and there's an object inside that they click on, and then the camera flies inside of the house, and now we're inside the house. Now the house is big. And I was like, never seen that before in a game, that you could build that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Show us how you did that, though.
And now you're, like, oh, they walked over to a painting of like apples and oranges like on a table, and like clicked on it, and you went into the painting, and now we're in it.
Yeah.
And that, and like you turn around, and the whole environment's changed, and like
I think that VR
like, that's a
will
little
be big.
step up from your usual, like, I'll put a block there and color it red. It's like, okay, we've moved on from that era. And it just seems like the kind of game that they're like, this is just going to take a long time, and we're just doing that stuff. Whereas like a big mode or a big new thing, or something they custom built that would like hold up in a press conference with God of War and new IPs, and
Because everything's like fluffy and weird. I get what you're saying.
I see that being a snooze fest. I see people being upset. They're like, we're wasting time on this. Seriously?
Ouch.
Ouch.
Cold.
Good
because I'm in a
grief.
because it's you're comparing it. Am I excited to play that game more than most other games that exist that I know are happening? But in a press conference, like.
Why that's fair, Jones, is how we were groaning during Minecraft at Microsoft last year.
Google
Sure.
Glass, right?
Well,
Or what
That was
it?
before,
and no.
actually.
I mean, Minecraft we all are very intimately familiar with. What I do think is potentially interesting about Dreams, again, like, is not just this idea of creating something with the Move controllers and potentially in VR, but yeah, actually like putting a PSVR in and going Little Big Planet style through hundreds of thousands of different pictures and creations, and like if they like even augment those curation tools to like really give you cream of the crop stuff that's similar to things that you've done before.
I'm scared to go into other people's VR creations for sure.
Oh yeah.
What a terror.
I'm gonna make.
Oh, I'm gonna build,
thing
dude. I'm
that
gonna
you're
build one for
play.
Ben. I hope Ben never watches this podcast. I'm gonna build a world for Ben that he's gonna like step out of a door. It's gonna be all these Japanese signs and like, oh, and like all these like ladies walk up and like bow and stuff, and like somebody comes up with like a little bento box and they're like, here, and he opens it up and spiders just come flying out.
Oh my god.
Jones.
I can't wait. But
right.
if they did, but I did think of something. If they did like a demo and then it was like, oh, we just saw another part of Dreams, and like, oh, that was kind of cool. The little flower and the little panda came in and did a thing that was neat. And it'd be cool if they came out and they were like, the music that you listened to in that demo was created by us today, and here's how we did it. And they're like, you can compose music in Dreams too, and like, oh, like it would have to be something new that we didn't know was in the game that they're adding to it.
Sure.
But just another look at it, I don't think is enough.
Maybe Dreams will be the first game that I feel confident to build something in.
I'd be so excited to see Huber build one. I want to talk about remasters more than Crash Bandicoot, because I think that Sony's high on these. We see nostalgia plays from Sony a lot. They finally jumped onto like what Nintendo has a little bit. At PSX, we saw the announcement of Parappa the Rapper with Loco Roco, the Crazy Wipeout collection that just came out today.
Yeah.
There was another PSP, Patapon.
Windjammers was at some point, right?
Yeah. But
PSX.
that wasn't like a Sony game that Sony owned and then they're bringing back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say they're absolutely remasters. I'm just not sure what. I'm not sure what they bring back.
Siphon filter.
Yeah, something like that maybe, Jones. That's not bad. That's really not bad.
Jack and Daxter.
I think there's been a lot of demand for Jack and Daxter.
It's huge.
Even though it's like a series I personally missed, like I see people talk about all the time.
I think Jack and Daxter's not old enough. I think you got to go back to PS1.
No, I think it is. I think there's a lot of people now that are upset that Naughty Dog is just known for Uncharted, and they're like, Jack and Daxter was so great, and nobody ever talks about it. So I think there's some pent up demand there.
The PS2 one just came out on.
It's not that great.
Or the first one came out on PS4, like the PS2 to PS4 they do.
Yeah.
So it like runs a little better, looks a little better, but I think a full remaster would be sweet.
Right, I played it on PS3. I played.
Oh yeah, there's the PS3 remaster
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And I platinumed it.
Yeah.
I had my time with it.
There it is.
It's like still not like Banjo-Kazooie level to me. I don't know everybody.
I was surprised how little it held up in my estimation, that first game.
when I played through that
Considering how
game,
much I loved it when I first played it.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Like, and you know me in open world games, like, that's not necessarily like open world. Like Jak 2 and Jak 3, I think, are much more like open world than that was.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a moment where I'd played the game for an hour and 45 minutes and had like gotten to the top of a mountain and looked down at the beach and was like, I didn't get a loading screen, and like really being impressed on the PS2. Like, oh my goodness.
But still, those cutscenes, Jones, I remember this is after I played through Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
I was like, when did they become good?
Right.
When did these Jack and Daxter people like finally like figure out storytelling in a video game? How'd they do that?
I think that's like the last thing that they hadn't figured out. They were like,
Yeah.
we got, we have this gameplay idea. Let's take it seriously now.
Yeah.
Let's actually like make a realistic story.
Let's be real.
I got one for you.
Yep, give me a remastered. A nostalgia
Jumping
play.
Flash.
Oh, Jones. Oh.
Oni effing Musha.
No,
That's not a. Yeah, it's
a game
not
that
Sony's.
Sony owns, Hubert.
Oh, it has to be Sony owned?
yes,
Okay.
a nostalgia play.
Sorry. Oni Musha, dude. Come on.
You're
It's going to be
Let
at the
down for
Sony
blood, by the way.
conference.
Yeah.
Was really good.
Come on.
Oni F and Musha
Why
is how
can't
they're
it be,
gonna like. And
why
now,
can't it be at the
Sony.
Sony conference?
F and Musha.
If it's gonna be at any conference, it'll probably be at
Yeah.
Sony's, right?
So why's it got to be some first party game?
Because
Let me
that's
dream.
the trend. Because I'm watching their trends. Because every year they bring it. Every year they also bring a LucasArts
There's
adventure
Sony
game.
trends and there's Huber trends. They're doing trends.
I feel like they're out, right? With what's it called? The motorcycle one, the LucasArts game,
Oh,
Full throttle.
Full Throttle. I think they're all out. I think they're tapped.
Oh, there's nothing else that. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
all
they've done
But it's
Grim
cool. They
Fandango.
did 'em all, like,
yeah, I think
kudos.
Day of the Tentacle. I think they're just
Yeah.
kind of out. I don't know if they could have another one that would be like, oh, cool. But yeah, they really do that.
Twisted Metal remake?
they're not gonna do that again. It would be good, but they're not gonna do it again.
He has it. It's a remaster though. It's a remaster.
Twisted Metal Black
Yeah.
remastered.
Okay. All right. You got me, Huber. Let's very quickly talk about some long shots. Let's talk about some possibilities of Shenmue 3. Now, Huber, you were disappointed because they made an official announcement that Shenmue is taking the month off. We're working hard on our own game. We're not going to be at any shows. Does
They
that?
personally will not be there.
Yeah. Does that
but
mean
a
it won't be in a
tr-
press
But a
conference?
trailer could be.
A trailer could be.
Is some really loose wording there.
Yeah.
So who knows? I'm not going to anticipate Shenmue 3, but what
Okay.
I am going to anticipate a long overdue remaster of Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yes. I'd
Long
say
overdue.
There's a strong possibility of that happening.
It is extremely strong. The
I can't
evidence
put a
is
percentage
there.
on it, but I'd say that's pretty likely to happen.
Give me a percentage.
I can't. Simply can't. I can't
Come
yet.
on.
Okay. Wait, what was the game we had to do a percentage
Resident
for?
Evil 2.
Oh, Resident Evil 2. Okay, so I'll give you a Shenmue 2. It's
Oh, yeah.
80%.
80%.
80% likelihood we're going to see a Shenmue HD announcement at this press conference.
Okay.
60.
Guys?
John says 60.
I like it. Blood?
I'll go in the middle, 70.
Okay, so and then I'm gonna say 100, so we'll round up to 80%
Okay,
there.
round it up.
Okay.
100%. Lock it in. The Huber guarantee.
I hope so.
Last
I
of Us
really
Part
hope
2,
so.
I think, has a 0% chance. When,
0.
Yeah, before that PSX trailer was shown, Sean Layden said, "Look, this game is early. This game is early. Please don't expect any more of this soon." And so you expect months later for them to have more to show? Hubert?
Another cinematic trailer. This one
Okay,
focusing on Joel.
that makes me
Oh,
so mad.
start
damn,
building your
Huber, that's not bad.
Start
Yes, it
building
is.
your characters. You
That's bad.
And then you do another third one of like another character, and you just start giving these character trailers.
No, you're over trailering. We're talking about over trailering this whole podcast. But we give it we would give it pass for.
All right, you
Last of
give
Us Part
one.
2?
How about one Joel trailer / Ellie as well, obviously because he was in hers, and then but the focus will be on Joel because we never really saw his face.
No.
Joel
Oh,
trailer,
I'm so offended by this.
and then at PSX
Uh-huh.
we get gameplay.
Here's the thing. This is not Joel's game. Joel had his game. That's Last of Us
You play
Part
as
1.
Ellie in that one too. You're gonna play as Joel in this one. You play as Ellie a lot in The Last of Us 1 already. It's both.
Not a lot.
They are. It is both. She
It's
got
not.
an expansion too. Left Behind.
Yeah.
So I think Joel is clearly the main character of 1. I think Ellie is clearly the main character of 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel like they are a team.
Yeah. You know what I think? I bet this is crazy. We're doing crazy stuff now.
Yes.
I bet there's this section, Huber, where you're doing something bad as Joel. You're feeling super uncomfortable.
I think. Okay, go on.
you're killing a person you should not kill as Joel.
yeah.
I think there's gonna be a section
that's,
where you do that.
That's the vibe that trailer
No.
set up for both of them.
Yeah.
Dude, I am on the exact opposite. I think Ellie is going full dark side, crazy, murdering rampage,
Yeah.
and Joel is going to be like, dude, what?
He kind of trained her too well.
Yeah.
The
It's like,
vibe
what
I
have
got
I
from that
done?
trailer, she took off. Like he woke up one day and was
Yeah.
like, "Hey Ellie, like where the hell are you?" And like
Yeah.
maybe lost her for half a day, and then finally like followed the trail of bodies and heard the guitar and came in.
You're
like,
going through with this, huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
Dude, Ellie hype.
we're on the same team here.
Hey, Kingdom Hearts 3, we're gonna see that at E3 this year?
Sure.
Really?
I think The Last of Us 2 skipping is likely.
Yeah.
I don't want to
think
believe
we're-
it,
Yeah, I think.
but you guys make sense.
Yeah,
we're
I
But I'm
think
still
that-
gonna hope.
I think they'll
Okay.
stay quiet, especially with Uncharted.
But Kingdom Hearts 3, you guys think yes?
I have no.
The last we've heard about it is that it's years away. It's
Yeah.
another thing where it's like, you know what, if you're years
well,
away,
that
don't bother.
that financial document where they were like these things by 2020.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah. It's really just don't. If you're not close, don't. If you have 2.9 and another thing for me to play, absolutely. Otherwise, don't.
By the way,
Don't.
a Joel trailer is just me being greedy because there's no way gameplay shows up. So I was just
Oh, yeah.
grasping at a
Okay. I
trailer,
hear ya. Yeah.
some kind of trailer that they could show to just give me more Last of Us.
What if they pull a Kingsblade?
What is that?
Isn't that the Final Fantasy 15?
Oh, King's Glaive.
Kingsglaive. What if we get a Kingdom Hearts 3 movie?
Oh, that's such a long shot with all the Disney stuff.
That's a strong shot.
They've
well,
released both of
yeah.
the collections that they've released. They took the mobile game and they
Yeah.
just had making a movie, and they took some other thing just make that a movie.
Yeah, baby.
wonder.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's a movie.
Just because it just seems kind of Square's approach to these big projects they know are going to take
Maybe.
so many
Why
years.
wouldn't
It's
you?
like, let's do more than this
just-
game if we're going to take so damn long to make it.
Why wouldn't you?
It just, yeah. I'm really curious how in the world Kingdom Hearts fans haven't just gotten fed up with all this nonsense.
Talk to Brad. He'll
We're
tell
fed
There
you.
you go.
We're fed up.
Talk to Brad directly.
Last thing I want to say about this, about the Sony press conference, I do think we're going to see Red Dead Redemption 2. I was having an argument about this with Jones.
Too sweet me.
Is that part of it?
Do it again. You can do it. You can do that. You can do that.
I think because of the deals of Destiny 2, my justification is I think Sony's spending a lot of money on Red Dead Redemption 2, and I think that, again, it's going to be better on Scorpio. They're just doing their best to make the messaging pointing toward PlayStation, and I think they're paying a lot for a trailer.
Just another single player but gameplay trailer. Do you think we see multiplayer?
I don't think we see multiplayer. I don't think we see gameplay. I think
Because
we just see another
think,
dumb trailer.
but I think the exclusive stuff was multiplayer.
They just said content, man.
Okay.
They just
okay.
said content.
Okay.
They were not clear about what
Okay,
is
okay.
exclusive. It's so
Okay.
dumb.
A clear look at the lead. If we get another Red Dead trailer
Yeah.
and still have no idea who we're playing, like,
Sure.
What if it's that whole posse, Jones? They're all the lead. You play as all of them.
That's my bet.
Yeah.
But,
And like the
but
back-to-back shots
still,
of them just...
even though there were 3 characters in GTA 5, Michael was clearly the lead. You know, like that was you focused on him more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do think
you
that they
identify who the heck that is.
Yeah, even if
Don't
they play
show
as
the guy's
multiple
silhouette.
characters, I think, introducing them as characters, like really getting into their personality a bit. I think that's what we would see.
That's why I'm doubting it, Hubert, because I can't deal. Because I can't.
I know. I honestly,
I'm gonna be in that room. It'll turn me inside out.
Jones,
He's been crying.
Jones,
You'll be here in that booth, like, who's that guy? Did you hear that guy scream? That'll be me. Like,
Jones, dude, most defense mechanism ever. I did like E3 Hopes and Dreams. Did not even whisper Red Dead
Because the want is... too
because
strong.
I'm just blocking.
Yeah.
Just blocking.
I'm gonna grab some poor person next to me and start shaking them.
Shake me hard and violently. Like I will take it.
Let's talk about a press
No, I'm
conference.
seriously offended that you didn't even bring up as a long shot Resident Evil 2. Seriously offended.
It's been brought up.
You don't even give me percentage, okay? My goal does not need to be filled.
I can't think of a percentage, though.
I don't need it. Just bring it up. Resident Evil 2 Remake, there's a chance.
Okay, there's a chance.
There is a chance. It's been almost
It is
two...
a real game.
It's a real game. It's been almost 2 years. There hasn't even been...
I just thought of it.
What?
What's the Birkin? What's the little girl? What's her name?
Sherry.
Sherry. You follow Sherry. You know, you're like in an alley and you see the little
Yeah.
feet. running away, you know, and she's like, oh, and she's scared. Like goes in somewhere, and it's like because you're starting with Sherry, you're like I even think you like wouldn't tell right away, like oh little girl, I wonder where they're going in the story or something. And she's like hiding, and maybe you see a couple zombies go away, and she's hiding, and she's like, oh no, like how am I gonna get out of this? And then like door opens up, and like oh, like looks in, and Claire just kind of like leans, like comes into the light, and it's so clearly Claire. She's like, come on with me, I'll be like, you'll be okay. And then like,
Perfect.
yeah.
All I need.
My bet is
that's my
they show Leon. It's Leon Kennedy in that, right?
Yeah.
They show him before Claire.
All right.
Always.
That's my bet.
Leon.
I think
He's
the
a cover
fact
boy.
that
Leon.
they
Cool
greenlit
jacket.
the like public tease of him.
We
like,
do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Long ago. It's been
Yeah.
like 2 years.
Yeah. So I feel like once they have just even a room or alleyway or anything that's like looks like final game, they're gonna show that.
Yes.
Hubert, I know I was meaning to move on from Sony. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I think there's a 90% chance we're going to see this there. I think we're going to have a little Capcom block.
90?
Yeah. I think we're going to see that. And
Capcom block.
90.
yes, I think we're going to see, I forget the name of it, that weird game that was announced at the PS4 reveal, reiterated at the PS4 Pro reveal.
Deep down.
Deep
Deep
down.
Down. I think we're going to see Deep Down as well. I think there's a 65% chance we're going to see Deep Down. I think Capcom's going to have it. Devil May Cry 5 is going to be there. Like, I think that's where Capcom thinks they can make those announcements. And if not, they might make Devil May Cry 5. They might do that at Microsoft. We'll see. But I think, like, those things are happening.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay.
Yes.
I meant to move on from Sony. We talked about it for too long.
Sorry.
And I don't
we
think
needed Resident Evil, though. It's a huge one.
I don't think this next one is short either. We have to talk about Nintendo.
Right.
The Spotlight. This will be
Nintendo
Tuesday,
Spotlight.
June 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Announced today. Well, basically backwards announced that it's going to be 30 minutes long
Right.
because the Treehouse stuff is beginning at 9:30 a.m. approximately is what they said. Let me give you some context for that. Half hour seems short, right? We're used to the 1.5 hour blowouts. In 2014, the first ever Nintendo Direct at E3, that was 47 minutes long.
Okay.
Yep. 2015, that was 48 minutes long. And then last year, 2016, we had basically 5 minutes of Zelda, a very short trailer, and then 50 minutes of this Pokemon panel where they revealed Sun and Moon and what Sun and Moon is all about. Sun and Moon was revealed prior to that, but that was the gameplay reveal and the blowout. A 50-minute panel streamed live. And so that is basically where Nintendo is these days. Although I do want to say one more thing for context. The Switch reveal was 1 hour long.
Right.
That was a long Nintendo Direct. And so here we have a half hour of E3 announcements. It's not a lot of time.
This is perfect.
Is it
You ready?
perfect? Yeah.
5 minutes for Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
10 minutes for Metroid.
That's a lot of time. Remember, Zelda got a 5-minute trailer last year.
15 minutes for Miscellaneous. Done. You're done, Nintendo. That's it. You've sold millions of Switches like that.
Sure. I don't expect to see anything longer than 5 minutes. I expect them each to be 5-minute blocks at
If it's
most.
Metroid, though,
5 minutes.
10.
Because here's the thing.
Double it.
Here's why I still talk about that 50-minute panel is Nintendo's going live at 9:30 a.m. Nintendo.
Well, they said
is-
approximately?
Yep.
So,
So here's what I'm saying, Hubert, is they have lots of time to show the games after they
Yeah.
have their tight little trailers or tight announcements. That's when, like last year, they streamed hours and hours of Zelda.
yeah, that's where you show Mario. So then the Direct, the Mario trailer, I think will be focused, and it'll be, a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I think, but even if you are debuting in Metroid, you give it 5 minutes and then whatever, stream it all crazy you want to. Treehouse, go nuts on that
Yeah.
thing. I don't think we see a lot of ARMS. I don't think we see a lot of Splatoon.
No, actually, yeah, and that's the thing. I was kind of I was talking about this with some people earlier today on some forums, and it's just
Whoa, Blood's on some
about
forums.
they calling it the spotlight,
Yeah,
and I think that's exactly it. Like they're going to be focused on the big things that they want to announce. Because they've got 3 days of Treehouse to show off anything else. There'll be games that they won't even show in the spotlight that are going to pop up on Treehouse that we've never even heard of before. So I really think that Spotlight is going to be the biggest things, the things that they want
I
to
think
get.
ARMS is a lock. I
out.
think it's safe. I think it will be in there.
I don't think it'll
Why?
be in the spotlight.
I think
I
really
think they'll
it will.
move right past ARMS. They did the ARMS Direct. They'll
One
have that
last
in the
little-
treehouse.
Do you know
One
what's in-
last little like
They'll
one or
have
two
they'll have
minute
their
thing.
tournament and everything that's
Yeah.
going on.
Oh yeah, they have a tournament. They've announced that they have
Yeah.
that. Pokken, by the way, is having a tournament as well.
Pokken, ARMS, and then what's the third one?
Splatoon 2.
Splatoon 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Invitationals.
really don't think that we'll see hardly any of those games in the spotlight. I think
That'd be
it'll be
cool.
all focused on other games.
Yeah, honestly, Hubert, it might be like 10 seconds of here's the title and here's what is coming out.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? ARMS has no amiibo. What is that? What are you thinking, you weirdos? Those characters are so appealing.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Just wait and give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Maybe it's the practicality of it. Maybe it's honestly hard to make plastic spin around. Like that'd be weird. That'd be stupid. What am I thinking?
I mean, it's essentially like a telephone cord, but
yeah. Yeah, well, kind of, man. So it's not hard plastic is what you're saying. You would make it, I don't know.
well, no, I mean you would make it like hard plastic, but I mean I don't think it would be like that hard to like get the form of it.
Let's have toy talk. Let's get some like toy designer. You know I love toy design. Jones, what do you expect from this? Let's say new games to old games ratio. Games that have already been announced to games that are newly announced in the spotlight. What do you think that ratio is going to be like?
70-30.
70 new?
70 games we know about.
Okay.
That we're just going to get to see more of.
Yeah.
We don't know about that many games though, Jones.
Right. I think we're going to see a ton of Mario. I think that
You think more than 5
I think that
minutes
will be a
in this
Mario,
30-minute
a Mario
spotlight?
blowout. If Zelda was the only game that they brought to E3 last year,
But-
it'd be weird to show up to the E3 this year and be like, oh, here's this one little Mario stage.
But here's the thing, Jones. Is Zelda was their only game last year? They showed a 5 minute. They streamed 5 minutes. There's a trailer, 5 minutes.
in the thing, yeah, and
Yeah.
it had a bunch of.
So I'm talking about that 30 minutes right now.
Yeah.
That spotlight.
I honestly, I would be surprised if they showed more than one game that would not be out before next E3. And even then, like, everything might be out before next E3.
Well, the interesting thing about that, Blood, is that we don't know any of many 2018 Switch games.
Right.
We know of one, I believe, which is the new Fire Emblem game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is probably 2018. But yeah, we don't know about a lot of 2018 games, which is pretty unusual for a Nintendo console, to be honest with you.
Xenoblade, I can see that showing up.
Oh yeah,
gotta be there.
Oh, that's got a good 5 minute
Yeah.
block in this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.5 minute trailer actually. I don't know. Yeah. So I think this is the time for announcements. I'm almost 70-30 new, Jones. I think this is when they're gonna drop some stuff.
Are they dropping Metroid? Is it now?
It's
Is
not
it the
now.
time?
It's
What?
not now. No, because Retro Studios is working on something weird that I don't know about. They're working on something weird that's gonna shock me.
Cooking up something.
They're cooking something up.
cooking something up for Kyle.
But that's a 5 minute trailer. Here's what they've been working on.
Yeah.
Since the release of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in 2015, here it is. Here's Pikmin 4, by the way. I think Pikmin 4 is revealed during this thing. In
Maybe.
2015,
I think
Miyamoto
Animal
said it's almost
Crossing is
done.
probably the most
Animal
likely
Crossing.
thing to pop up
Yes.
Yeah,
that
you're
hasn't
right.
been announced.
Yep.
Yes.
That's a good old 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Joe Bloodworth.
What?
What is he percent chance?
I love these
I
percentages.
love. He was just gonna say
'Cause you can't
that.
be wrong.
I love it.
You can't be wrong.
Yeah.
If you're like 90%, you're like, well, the 10% came true.
You got me.
It's the nicest thing.
Daniel
yeah.
Bloodworth. What is the
Safe.
percent chance we see F0?
Oh. I mean, I don't like this, but I think it's like 30%.
30%. All right.
Nice. You know what it is? Retro's game is your Captain Falcon being a bounty hunter.
Oh my God.
Starts with a race, you do that, but then you're never racing again until
Punching
like maybe the
everybody.
end
It
of
would
the
be
game.
kind of funny if they expanded that story
Can
mode.
you?
I love
Can you
it.
imagine that trailer? It's like an F0 race. Everyone's freaking out. F0,
Yeah.
car pulls in, or the pod pulls in, and then Captain Falcon gets out, walks into a bar or something, gets like his bounty, and it's just
Yep.
like goes.
We've done this, but yeah.
We've done this?
F-Zero GX story mode, yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
You get out of the thing in GX?
You don't control him getting out of the thing, but
he-
yeah.
That's what I want, bud. I
Yeah.
want that bounty hunter.
No wonder that's a 10.
And I don't want I want zombies involved with my bounty hunting. I just want a bounty hunt. I wish Days Gone just has like a thing on the menu like zombies? No. And like, okay, man, enjoy the game, bud.
Enjoy the countryside.
Yeah, enjoy the yeah, so I think Breath of the Wild DLC's got a shot at being in this
I
half
do.
hour.
Definitely.
I think that, yeah, this is going to be the point where they actually show, even if it's like a 20-second thing to hand out.
And I think it's actually has a strong chance of really getting us excited.
Yeah.
That DLC. Obviously, we all like that game, and Sophie's just being cute
Yeah.
again. There's a good chance that this could be something great. There's also a great chance it could be awful. It could be something like, oh, that you're doing that with this?
Underwhelming. I'm like, awful. It's pretty
Awful,
intense,
Jones.
but, like, awful.
Awful like a Switch shirt, like a Switch T-shirt.
Yeah. I could see it going either way. I mean, I
Yeah.
could see it just being, like, yeah, you're going to play some Goron character and you're going to roll around to all the towns that you've already been to.
Awesome.
Well, hold on.
In.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
So in for that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm on board for that. I wonder.
Invulnerable to lava, like swimming in the lava.
I don't wonder if I know that we'll see another DX game. I know not necessarily DX will be in the title, but another Wii U game. I don't know which one it'll be. I think Mario Maker's got a shot. I think Smash Bros has got a shot. I think
Yep.
Donkey Kong's got a shot. I don't know. There's
Yep.
plenty of Wii U games that they've tapped into. Pokken Tournament confirmed.
Donkey Kong combined. Returns and Tropical Freeze Deluxe.
It's a healthy package.
What about Smash, the Wii U one, with new character from ARMS?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you? Why would
Sell
you
it.
not? Yeah,
Package it.
Rockhawk's in that too, by the way.
Who?
Rockhawk.
Who's Rockhawk?
Paper Mario
Paper
and
Mario.
1,000-year door, baby. He's in it.
Rockhawk.
Rockhawk, Groose, and some guy from ARMS.
But yeah, I think you're really, like, Mario Maker, I think you're really onto something there. I think that'll be coming sooner than later.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird. It's actually not that ideal for when it's hooked up to your TV.
Sure. Like,
That's the crazy thing about
interface-wise,
that.
it's
Yeah.
not, it doesn't have a chance compared to, like, what you could do with the Wii U to have it on the TV and be using a stylus and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have a stylus with the Switch.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy in that way. It's hard for you to imagine it working. But in portable mode, yeah, absolutely, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I
the
don't
thing
know
is,
about Mario
that's such a
Maker.
huge seller just on the Wii U alone.
Yep.
The
They'll
fact
find
that
a
they
way, is
put
what
it
you're
on the 3DS at all was weird.
Yeah.
Like, that was just clearly a sales play.
You know
Sales
what?
play.
It's gonna. That's a sales play.
That's
That's a marketplace disconnect.
brand management.
I think of motion controls maybe that'll be like, oh, you can tilt it, and with the HD Rumble, it makes a lot of sense. Like this was perfect. Okay, so yeah, maybe that.
And there's still a lot of assets that we never got in that from popular Mario games, right?
Oh yes.
So
Lots to explore still. Slopes. No slopes still. Maybe the Switch has the horsepower to handle slopes.
But I think that's why Mario Maker and Smash Brothers are so likely, is because those are living games. Like, they're not games that are going to come out, that are going to be a hit for a couple of months and then go away. It's like, no, people keep investing in that with all, the online functionality and the sharing and things like that.
Gotcha.
And they're going to want things to justify that 2018 $20 online service. Mm-hmm. So I think that, either one of those, if not both.
Okay.
There's no way they could do like Mario Kart Maker, right?
Oh, sure they could.
Yeah. Do you remember there was there was a
Absolutely
Little
they
Big
could.
Planet game like that?
Yeah, Mod Nation Racers.
Well, then
Oh,
actually
yeah,
they had a
Mod Nation
Little Big
Racing.
Planet version.
Oh, yep. But I don't think Little Big Planet didn't let
Karting.
you make
Little Big Planet Karting.
didn't let you make tracks that I can remember.
Wait, totally did because I think it was
Did
the
it?
same team who did.
in the last Little Big Planet, you
Oh.
could do top-down stuff.
No. There was a Little Big Planet specific.
No, yeah, you're right. They
kart
did
racing
have
game.
some.
Both are true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both are. All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, Little Big Planet Karting, I don't think really like hit any notes. Like Mod Nation Racers were like, people were like really into that, but I felt like the Little Big Planet one just kind of came and went.
Yeah, Blood. It's because of that Little Big Planet aesthetic of we're making these out of cardboard. It's like, well, no, let's just make stuff. Let's make
Trackmania,
stuff out of
baby.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Trackmania on Switch.
Sweet.
Yeah. Switch.
Could happen.
Jones, what could happen in that half hour that gets you pumped, gets your blood pumping?
It ends. I mean, you just said it's not going to happen, but it ends. Okay, we got one more thing to show you. You have a facility, alarms going off. You have soldiers, dozens of them, come strolling in, all protecting a door. very like the beginning of episode 4, you know, like they're all going and they're terrified and they're like, okay. And you have a general who's like watching on a monitor, you know, and they're like the doors opens up and they all have their guns out and they're like, oh my God, something crazy is going to come out of this door. And the door opens up and Samus's helmet just turns on. And then like a year, like 2019 or something.
Yeah. I didn't say that's not going to happen.
You said there's no way Metroid's happening. Not this isn't the year.
I said this is not the year for Metroid?
I said, is now the time? And you're like, no.
Oh, I'm sorry for saying that. I'm sorry for saying that. Yeah. I think we're going to see a Metroid. I don't know. No, I don't.
Damn it, Kyle.
I know, Huber. I don't know.
Just
It's
put
weird.
the energy out
So
there.
here's what I think is maybe that from a studio outside of Nintendo. Again, like other M, I don't think he'll be Team Ninja, but maybe some team outside of Nintendo is working on a Metroid game. It might honestly be
I'll tell you why I think that, and not because it's been so long, and not because there's developers we haven't heard from that should be working on them, but like, I'm still reeling from this game called Breath of the Wild and how damn good it was, and like how surprised I was to like, you know, finally jump into that after it seemed so weird in marketing that we never really got that trailer until like right before the game came out, that like was the first trailer we always got for every other Zelda game, that like it just seemed like they did know what they were doing and it was going to take forever and they were having lots of issues, and then no, there's no issues with that game. It's amazing. And now we have this Mario game that looks, you know, like it's going back to the roots, and it just seems like you follow that up with another example of a franchise, another thing that you're like, that is how awesome this Switch is. That is why you really do need to go out and get one. You know, it's like the honeymoon's over with the tech. We all love it. We know it works. We know it's great on the screen. We know it's great portable. We've all flown on a plane with it now and taken it somewhere, you know, gone home to mom and dad's and played on the couch. And I think that's like the next step up of selling, is that like you're gonna see the return and the reaffirmation of all of these franchises that you love.
Blood, let me ask you something. Do you think we'll see third-party exclusives?
Yeah, they might be slow in coming, but I think so. I think Rabbids is a good sign.
Yeah.
Which obviously, it's coming. You know, it's been leaked. You know, but it hasn't really been. Has it even been officially acknowledged yet?
No.
Yeah, so that's weird. But yeah, that is something that I expect will appear in both Ubisoft and Nintendo's.
We did too. We think
presentations.
Ubisoft is going to debut it.
Yeah, and I think Monster Hunter Double Cross, whatever they're going to call it here, has a fairly good chance of showing up.
Oh, absolutely. That counts. That counts. Absolutely. That counts. That's a big deal.
And I said this on Friend Code, but it's like, I think that game is like the turning point for Switch third-party developers, like especially Japanese developers, where we're gonna start seeing those things that would have been 3DS games start really piling on to the Switch. And then I'm not probably even gonna play it, but I'll be curious to see what happens with this whole Skyrim thing.
Yeah.
That'll probably make another appearance one way or another.
It's weird. I think the Switch has already outgrown the attention that Skyrim brought it.
Right.
The Switch has been a success without Skyrim. I think it clearly doesn't need Skyrim. I think we all knew it's not going to sell that great on Switch, probably. It's weird. I don't want to see a lot of time spent on
You'd
Skyrim.
think that.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's been selling really well on Switch sometimes surprises us, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Mario
Very
Kart
true.
DX sold nuts on the Switch.
Yeah.
A game that I said, it's kind of, all right, go ahead. And then just like, we are going to, Kyle, and we're going to do great with this.
You know, that kind of like lukewarm Bomberman game.
Yeah.
Everyone's lapping it up.
Yeah.
Gotta get that Bomberman on the go.
I'd like to say, let's like the new Wolfenstein game, like the new Colossus. That's on Switch. You know what I mean? Like that would be crazy. That would be the kind of crazy thing I'd like to see them try to do, you know? And not an exclusive necessarily, but hey, we're trying. We're trying to get some stuff on this. Maybe. We cool with Nintendo? Is that kind of all of our predictions and stuff?
Monster Hunter's
How
a
we're
great
feeling about
ad.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think half hour is bad. I think that's going to be a tight half hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to walk away
All
from it.
killer, no filler, Kyle.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
there's
going to
no
happen
filler,
is it's
though.
going to be like last year. We all get home from the show floor, and people are going to like know all this stuff about Nintendo that they were streaming all day long.
Yeah.
We missed.
You know what I could see for real? Realistic long shot, but making a comeback is Punch Out. The Joy-Cons. Mm-hmm. Is that too similar to ARMS, though?
It's too similar to ours.
I think it's too similar to
Overlap?
ours.
Yeah. They don't want it.
I'm also curious how Punch-Out actually did on the
Excite
Wii.
Bike, though. Excite Bike.
Excite Bike could be cool.
Maybe Punch-Out DLC added to ARMS.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Oh, yep.
yes.
There you
A
go.
little Mac-inspired
Oh
person.
my
They are going to be adding
God.
characters, so yeah.
Dude, that is hype, Jones.
Piston Honda.
Jones, can I tell you
With
why?
actual
Oh,
pistons.
Can I tell you why I'm not hyped by that? Is they're launching ARMS just like they launched Splatoon as its own thing. And Splatoon they even like considered adding Nintendo characters too. Like I love that ARMS is its own thing. I'm not ready for them to cross over
You're
universes
right.
yet.
All right.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'll buy it.
Uh,
I'll buy that, Kyle. Good point.
It would be interesting though if Little Mac was like half the height of everybody else. Like that's the advantage you've got.
Harder target to hit.
you have to
His
aim
punches
down
don't
for
do
him.
that much damage, but like, I can't hit that little guy. That little
Smash Bros. Smash Bros is happening for sure. That's too crazy.
Dante.
Dante and Smash Brothers.
Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Got you. Absolutely. Will not happen. Though Bayonetta happened.
Yeah.
Bayonetta's in
And so
Smash
would
Brothers.
Snake.
So is Cloud.
Come on.
Yeah. Anything can happen in
Dante.
Smash Bros. Yeah.
It's happening.
Anything can happen.
Aloy.
Aloy.
It could happen.
Dude.
It's now time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
You know how it's bad to be the first audition because they never take the first person?
Yeah.
I almost never take the first comment in love and respect. First comment this week, extremely good.
All right.
Heavy research. A lot of people do a lot of research for theirs, you know, and I'm impressed by that. Okay, you know what? Here's the question. It's a game, actually. Hey, Easy Allies. I went back and watched all the E3 2016 press conferences and calculated how much time each conference spent on actual games. This includes demos, trailers, or anything pertaining to a game on the screen as opposed to people talking. And I thought you could make a game of it. Here are the stats. So I'm going to give you percentages for 5 press conferences, and I want the panel to try to figure out
Percentages.
which one is which. Okay, here we go. There is... Bethesda started last year, right? I'm going to try to do this in order. And then I think it was EA, Xbox, Ubisoft, and Sony. Okay, so those are the 5 we're talking about.
Okay.
One of these press conferences has 70.6% video games.
Sony.
Yeah, that was easy. That's Sony. 70.6% of the 1 hour and 16 minutes, 53 minutes of it were video games. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now it gets way harder because we have one that's 55.7, one that's 51.8, and one that's 50.2.
Whoa.
55?
Bethesda.
No.
Damn it.
In fact, let's knock one out of the way. 24.1%. What press conference was that? 24.1.
EA.
Yeah.
Yeah. EA.
Boy, there it is. That's the proof.
God,
man.
it was a slog
Of
last year.
the 56
boy.
minutes 15 seconds,
70 to 20%.
13
man.
minutes and 33 seconds
God.
was video games.
It's funny. For some reason, I just imagine myself
Yeah.
like at the supermarket, like holding the 2 boxes that
Yeah.
are these press conferences.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, like looking at like there's a lot of sodium in this EA press conference.
EA 24.1% video games.
Wow.
Good grief. Okay, so
But the thing is, that EA is all about numbers, so it's like we've actually finally translated it into a language they can understand.
yeah, that was not enough video games, EA. Okay, so we're left with 55.7, 51.8, and 50.2, and we know that Bethesda is not the
So the
55.
second
Ubisoft
one.
55.
No, Xbox is the 55.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So second highest was Xbox press conference. A lot of games. Of the hour and a half, they had 49 minutes and 52 seconds. So basically almost the same amount of video game, but their press conference was 15 minutes longer.
Then Bethesda, then Ubisoft.
No, then Ubisoft, then Bethesda.
Ubisoft had more than Bethesda.
Bethesda had a lot of talking.
Huh. Maybe my brain is confusing it with the year before.
Well, honestly, Jones, when it gets down to that 1% difference between Ubisoft and Bethesda, like
Right.
you know, it's
But
it's
yeah,
negligible.
the first Bethesda had that just 8 hours of Fallout. They just kept here's the building houses and here's the app that we're making and here's
There's
Fallout
another-
Shelter.
There's
kept
another
going
really
and
fun
going.
part of this actually, where this discussion can continue and along that line. So we have the 3 longest demos of E3 2016 on stage.
Oh.
One was 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Can you remember what that demo
God
was?
of War.
No.
No?
10 minutes and 10 seconds.
And
Dishonored
Wait,
2?
for Sony?
Dishonored 2 was 10 minutes and 10 seconds because it was like 3 different chunks, if you remember.
Yeah.
They did the time travel one. They did the one where they showed off the domino effect. Yeah. So Dishonored 2 had that long, cool, multiple chunk demo. Bethesda does it up right. There was a demo that was 8 minutes and 8 seconds. What was that?
God of War.
No.
Days Gone.
No. It was Horizon Zero Dawn.
Huh.
I do not remember it being that long. How crazy is that?
Flew by.
It flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where there's like the T-Rex one where like taking stuff off of it and everything. I think that was last year's demo. How is that 8 minutes long? That's crazy. But you do. Maybe we walked up to that villager too, and they said like, oh, "Why don't you go over that way and everything?" And then yeah, that was long demo. That's crazy. And then number 3.
It was we're getting corrections. That was not that. I think it was that was the one where like the building got destroyed.
Yeah.
One of those things like ran through a
The
log
corrupt.
cabin and it exploded, and then
So the
the
demo.
one where we were taking it apart. That was the first time.
that
we
was
ever
the
saw it.
reveal demo.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah,
Jones.
And and you're right, we did. We got to a point. Why are you running? And he's like, "Why are you going into this camp? You should go back to the other place."
Oh, there's corrupted over
the first
there.
time we heard her speak,
And you
like
saw
other
Corrupted
than
for
just
the
in a
first time.
trailer, like actual gameplay.
Sure, yeah.
Saw their faces and the dialogue trees, how that would work.
Oh, and even crafting. I think crafting was involved in that 8-minute demo.
Because that's when Ian said he didn't like the menus.
Sure. There was a demo that was 7 minutes and 5 seconds. What was that?
God of War.
Yeah. God.
Nope.
Process
Still
of
not.
elimination.
Gears of War 4.
Oh, okay.
What?
Wow.
Here, tell me.
We're gonna watch that God of War trailer tonight. Everyone's yelling that it's some 10-minute long thing, and it was only 5 minutes. God.
So here's the thing with the top 3. There's 2 more that are 7 minutes long.
God of War.
You know what though? No.
You
know
finally
what?
got it, Huber.
You know
God
what
of
though?
War.
You know what though,
7
Huber?
minutes.
10 minutes probably included the score.
Yep.
It probably began with the
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Went a long
music
time.
and then
That did go a long time before
that
we even
did.
knew what game we
that
were talking
was.
about.
It's 5 minutes on its own.
For sure.
So yeah,
For sure.
Gears of War
Yes.
4 beat God of War by 5 seconds. What was that other one that's 7 minutes?
Days Gone.
No.
This is tricky.
Here we go. We haven't
Steep?
talked. This is from a press conference. Yeah, it's from a press conference we haven't talked about yet. It's not Steep.
Just Dance.
Ghost Recon?
Ghost Recon Wildlands had a 7-minute demo. Yeah. That was the one with the stupid, like, the guys talking to each other. Yeah. 7 minutes long.
Oh, that was actually bad.
Yeah, way to make a great game look bad.
That's all I got. Love and respect, Ryan T.
Great, thank you, Ryan. That was
That's
awesome.
fun. That was really fun
very,
that,
very
that
fun.
work was put in, and I think it shows. I think those long demos are great. Mm-hmm. Absolutely do
Recon.
those. I think, well, I mean, how can
Yeah,
you
how
say
long
they
was
were wrong?
Uncharted? Is Uncharted on there? That was a
No,
long
that
one
was-
too.
That was,
PSX?
yeah,
That
no,
was
there
PSX.
was, I
Yeah,
don't
you're
think,
saying the PSX
Lost
trailer.
Legacy was
Yeah,
PSX.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep,
Freaking out. It's late.
it's late. It is very late. My
very late.
battery's dead. I have no idea how long the podcast is at this point.
Deep.
I have an
Yeah, we're
idea.
Still
Deep.
recording
Yeah, we're
on
still
both
recording.
devices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I think the ratios, everybody needs to get closer to that Sony.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just get closer to that.
Like, get to 60% at least.
Yep.
That was the dream going in. You know, we'd done so many E3s with you, Kyle, and we're always just like, yo, just show the game. Game. Jones, too. Just
Yeah, and
his
it's-
ideal press conference. This for years and years, I hear Jones just saying, come up, show the game.
Yeah.
Show the next game.
And it's okay
Have
to
another
talk.
guy.
He's like, after you've shown the game, it's okay to talk. You can talk after that. Yeah. 73.
Yeah.
It's that.
We finally
yeah.
got there, Jones.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things you're going to
couldn't
need to
believe my
talk
eyes,
about.
yeah.
Like, you're going to need to talk about Scorpio. You need to get out there and say, you know, like, why should we care about it? What's the price going to be? You know, you can't just show Scorpio games necessarily.
But you can show Scorpio games while you're talking
Exactly,
about
that's
Scorpio. You can like do a montage, and then while the montage is still going, have somebody come out and be like, "The thing that
So I think I have bet
wanted to do with this, yada, yada.
active bet with you. I definitely have an active bet with you, so I'm throwing a bet down with Bloodworth.
Uh-oh.
How many?
doesn't know what the bet is.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it exists.
Yeah. Bloodworth. I'll let you pick, and then I'll just take the other one.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This
my
is degenerate. That's
yeah,
degenerate
my
gambling
fate is
right
in
there.
your
my
hands.
gosh.
I don't even
Jeez.
care. Xbox conference. Will we see, or will they talk for longer or shorter than 13 minutes? No, scratch
No,
that.
Hubert, because we'll have to track this.
Oh, it'll be tracked.
Well, I'll give a shout out
Ryan
right
T
now.
went through
it's
a lot
gonna
of work right now.
it's
Ed
gonna be
Ortiz has restarted the EZA bets tracker.
Yeah.
in the forums. So if
It'll
you
be
go to the
tracked.
forums, the show
Forums.
section.
It will be tracked.
Okay.
But-
all right.
Yeah,
Will they
I don't know,
talk
it made me
about-
nervous.
Scorpio hardware specs for longer or shorter than 9 minutes.
Shorter. They've covered that. They've covered specs.
Okay.
They'll breeze through that.
What are the stakes?
Casual stakes. Very casual. Bloodworth, I will sing you a song. So it's a short little piece.
Here's what you have to do. You have to sing the specs.
I will
You have to
sing.
sing the specs
Yes.
of the Scorpio.
Yes. Loser has to sing the specs.
Got a deal, Blood?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Perfect.
Great.
Lock it.
Huber, there's no way 9 minutes. Do you know how long that is?
Dude, Scorpio, man. They're going to come out
Oh my god.
and start going nuts.
I think the
Talking
over-under
about-
should have been 5 minutes
talking
at
about
most.
teraflops.
Like Blood's. This should have been 3 minutes, Huber.
9.
Oh my goodness. What a
9.
crazy bet.
It's like one more day until we're actually shooting bets.
Oh, I know.
And Huber's just
Can't
out of his
stop.
mind.
Can't help himself. That EA 24% is shocking to me, but it's just so indicative of what that was.
Yeah.
It was just so much like, hello everyone, welcome to EA. This year we're doing a lot of crazy things, and
Yeah.
we're also over here in this other country where another person
Just
is gonna
going
do a
to that
speech
other
like
country
this.
took 60 seconds.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man, it totally makes sense. That's crazy. That was fun. Fun game. Obviously we don't have time for another.
One more.
Okay.
We gotta do more than
Well,
one
we don't
more
necessarily need a
respect.
game, but a question would be good.
Okay, let's go spicy on Huber.
Whoa.
Huber,
Okay.
God.
Yeah, this one's basically directed at you, but we can all talk about this.
Okay.
You know, I love a good topic sentence. Mm-hmm. Injustice 2,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Whoa. Whoa. All right.
In my 30 plus years of collecting DC comics, I've never seen my beloved heroes and villains fight that way. The appeal of the comic books is that they not only have powers, but they often have to struggle to find creative ways to use them. Seeing their unique powers bend into fighting game moves, to me, has the same appeal as a racing game with Hannibal Lecter. Knowing Huber really likes the game and Jones is a diehard comic book fan, I would like to ask them their opinion on the topic of comics versus games, especially in the context of Injustice 2. Love and respect, Stefan. Thought that was an interesting perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'll play devil's advocate, man. Like, you're never gonna recreate Green Lantern in video game form ever. It's not gonna happen.
Because he's creative,
The
right?
guy
His power's about
bends the
creativity.
reality of
Yeah.
his power to his will, so he can do whatever he wants. And so it doesn't matter what type. If it's a third-person action game, if it's a top-down, another Marvel Ultimate Alliance kind of vibe, if it's a fighting game, if it's a side-scrolling action game, he's gonna have 10 things he can do with the ring. And that's
Yeah.
it.
It's got to be like Scribblenauts or something for that
And
to
it-
really work.
Right.
Right, which
And-
I think they did.
And even that, Scribblenauts is not like the
did do that.
final realization of all of my DC Comics dreams.
Yeah.
So I think you're always going to face those limitations. Like, I don't know. Like, and that's an issue I have maybe with how the question was addressed is like, what did it right? Like, what DC game have you played in the past? Was that the MMO? Was that Arkham? You know, that finally, yay, brought Batman, you know, to life. Because like I
Arkham's
even
close.
like I love Arkham, but like as far as like really truthfully making me feel like the Batman I know and love from the comics, like
It's
I
the
have all
Mr.
sorts of
Freeze
issues
fight.
with that
It's
franchise.
the Mr.
Like,
Freeze fight is how you do it. That's being Batman. You know the Mr. Freeze from Arkham City.
Yes, and the reveal in Arkham Origins, fantastic. Like you discover his origin in that game.
But I think that's it. That's how you do a superhero-esque fight. Is you pick apart at your opponent like the
Sure.
comics you're reading. It's never really just some guy punching the other guy harder than the other guy, right? It's always just a thing like, I outsmarted you
Gotta
this time.
outsmart him.
And that is impossible to do in a fighting game where it is just out punching the other guy.
Well, it's cool too because when you fight weaker people, you go up and you punch them once as Batman and they're down. You know,
Yeah.
because no one's gonna go toe to toe with.
So Huber, when you're playing Injustice 2 and you're
Mm-hmm.
seeing these beloved DC characters fight like total weirdos in a fighting game, does that
Mm-hmm.
bother you?
Absolutely not.
not?
You know, a lot of people like this comes down to the idea of books versus movies too. You know, I see shades of that. It's like, oh well, I like this book, and then they made it a movie, and I don't like the movie, or the other way around. You know, I am always open to anyone's creative interpretation of specifically Batman, but just franchises. superheroes. You want to do a superhero cartoon, a video game, a mobile game, a strategy game, a movie, a show, anything. You want to tell your creative story with it. If it looks interesting to me, I'll check it out and give it a shot.
You know what's funny? Yeah, because we're actually talking about like a story aspect. When we played through Injustice, Wonder Woman was done wrong.
Yeah.
But it didn't bug me too much.
Right.
I kind of put her on the same plane as Superman, where it's just like, oh, come on, you're not that great. Saw Wonder Woman the movie, and after that, I thought, man, they really did Wonder Woman wrong in Injustice 2.
So wrong.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, because remember, it's
There's
evil,
nothing
Superman.
like
Yeah.
there's nothing redeemable about Wonder Woman in Injustice 2.
Yeah.
From that
you-
story mode.
oh, you watched us. You
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
our playthrough. Yeah. And at the time, I was like, who cares, though? And now it's like, you know what? There's stuff to mine from Wonder Woman. You can tell an interesting Wonder Woman story. I was ignorant to never believe that, and now I do feel that. But in terms of, it kind of goes back to when we were talking about Spider-Man, and I said I just don't want to beat up thugs. Is because you don't read a Spider-Man comic book, and it's like most of the pages he's beating up thugs, and then on the last page he has a boss fight, and he just beats up the boss.
Yeah.
That's kind of like I want. That flow of a comic book. Do you know what I mean? Kind of, you're talking about the drama, of the high school drama of Spider-Man. Yeah, okay, he's got to stop some thugs, but also like he has to find the weakness of a boss. The boss thrashes him the first time. He's embarrassed. He goes to school the next day, and everyone makes fun of him. That sucks. And then he finds the weakness of the boss, and so it's not just you punch the boss hard. It's you figure something out. Basically, the old. Like a JoJo fight, that just the anime style of I've outsmarted you is what I would like in a superhero, and I can relate to that, wanting that translated into a video game. I get that.
I get it.
You gotta let it slide in Injustice.
It's a fighting
2, I
game.
think. I think Injustice 2, you gotta let that slide.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm not playing Injustice 2 to find the ultimate culmination of all of the,
And you were in
the
your
abilities
Batman
of my
shirt today,
favorite
too.
characters. Yeah, it's like I like the weird story that they came up with to justify all of these people being super pissed at each other.
Yeah.
And and I find that, I think I'm on the complete other side of this coin, because I think a lot of these moments where he's seeing the fabrication of the plot to set up these instances between these characters, we just gotta walk back and forth in a straight line and punch each other a lot, like it kind of cracks me up to see here it comes, okay, the camera's moving around, and I guess we're fighting that person, or like when you pick one character or another, and Green Arrow's just like, I'm just gonna run over here for a second, I like it. It's like a soap opera. It's cheesy.
Yeah.
But those were exactly my expectations going in, having played not only Justice 1 but Marvel DC versus Mortal Kombat a lot. I played that game
You played that game a lot?
Yeah.
Whoa. What is that, 2006, Jones?
I have no idea.
No,
like
that was like
9.
2009. Yeah, 2009 I think makes
Okay,
sense.
all right.
Wonder Woman had this spin attack that was just all boots. She would just fly in the air and spin in a circle, and her boots would like hit you. And she would make this she did this. She made this really silly sound.
Sure.
And I was playing it with my buddy Todd, and we were just in tears, just like Wonder Woman back and forth at each other,
Who's the guy who does bicycle kicks?
Liu Kang.
He makes the same noise.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Blue Beetle, Firestorm, Black Canary, there's that game pays attention. Puts many characters who have not gotten any attention whatsoever in any video game ever.
Totally.
Maybe in the DC, I can't remember what it's called. I got the mat over there. I don't even know what the game is called.
DC Universe.
DC MMO.
Universe.
Maybe you'll bump into Blue Beetle for 5 seconds,
Yeah.
but actually hearing his voice and having him have dramatic scenes with people, I like that attention.
Yeah. It's weird. It's hard to imagine that game as anything other than a fighting game.
Right.
It's hard to imagine that being an adventure game because of how many characters they were able to throw in there.
But you don't read a comic of any of those characters and go straight into that game and you're satisfied. You know, because of what you saw. That game is for people who have seen Superman and Batman do in all sorts of crazy iterations.
It's
and just
cool
imagining
seeing those
now,
characters
what-
in that situation specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. That was fun. That was a
But valid criticism.
that was a conversation I wouldn't have otherwise. That's why I like Love and Respect sometimes. Just those perspectives outside of my own mind. Let's do bets. It's time for bets. Next week's bet. Hey everybody, we're gonna do a live show next Tuesday because of E3.
Oh yeah.
This time next week we're gonna be live, baby. Hopefully we'll be done by now. Yes.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll be
but
offline
maybe
at
not.
this point. Maybe not. Look,
Probably not.
Probably not.
No way.
But right about now next week, we're going to be live doing this podcast live on twitch.tv/easyallies. If you receive it through the RSS feed, it'll appear there as normally. But you could choose to watch live if you would like to. Probably around 8:30 p.m. Pacific time next Tuesday. Anyway, we're going to be live. We're going to do this bet live. We're going to IGN.com. Remember, this is the first day of E3. We're going to go to the top stories on the front page. We're going to go to the most top story, which Hubert tells me just means it's the newest top story, right?
I believe, yeah. On
Okay.
the normal feed right there.
How many comments will we see on that top story? Brandon Jones.
Nervous. I'm way too high. 250.
Okay. Daniel Bloodworth.
250.
I'm actually kind of nervous that I'm low, but 167.
Michael Huber.
The last time I was on IGN, it was the Prey review, and there were 5,000
Oh
comments.
my gosh.
So I went 1,100 because it's
Whoa.
E3.
Nice. Yeah, that's the one, Hubert. Oh, you were braver than I was. I thought I was brave with 510. I wasn't brave enough. And then
Well, we got a low and high.
Yep. The bet from Don, 234.
Oh.
Let me lock those in. Last week's bet was Tekken 7. Tekken 7 came out last Friday. We wanted to do a sequel to the bet where, what was the other? Oh, it was Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Where we just held right in a fighting game, and we wanted to see how long it would take us to lose. We knew that Tekken 7 had 3 matches as opposed to the Injustice 2. Jones, you bet 220. Huber, you bet 138. Brad bet 2 minutes. I bet 133. Don bet 136. The actual time to die in Tekken 7 was 105 or 103?
103.
It was 103, which means I win. Baby. That low bet. Huber, I got you by 3
Those were
seconds,
close, man.
dude.
Yeah.
No, it was by 5. I got you by 5 seconds. Huber hangs his head in shame. So close.
Yet so far.
Yeah, we were all pretty off on that one.
This guy, though, was much more eager than the Injustice guy.
Oh, he was hungry.
Oh, yeah.
He took advantage
This was
of
not
that.
Panda.
I'm really glad he didn't get the triple perfect. Mm-hmm. So satisfying.
Somehow, I mean, we attached a clip to the end of this podcast. Somehow, just holding right, we did damage on a rise with King.
Yes.
we hurt him. We
Yeah.
got him a little. We chipped him.
Yeah.
It was nice. I mean, that game, you deal damage. Yeah. Oh man, just playing. It's so hard. I got Tekken 7. I'm into it.
How you doing?
Not good, Hubert.
Will you
It's
ever go
so
online?
You're going to have to visit Ben's dojo.
Will you
I'll probably do Ben's dojo.
Nice.
Yeah.
But will you play anyone online on your own?
It's hard to say. There's still lots to do I want to do in single player stuff, but yeah, it's a cool game.
Sweet.
It's cool. It feels cool to have a Tekken game again. Here's what I love most about Tekken 7 is there's a gallery where you can go watch all the endings from the other Tekken games. That's my favorite thing from a Tekken game.
It's really cool.
It's good.
They made that just for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love those
That's
endings.
That's crazy that's in there.
Gonz
knowing
is
that's
not
what you
there,
love so
but
much.
like, oh man, there's just so many good. There's
The only time I can
Has
think
Harada-san been there since the beginning?
good question. I don't know.
the only time I can think of substantial recaps like that is Yakuza. You can like in 3, they have the full recap of 1 and 2. Takes like over an hour to watch all of it.
And that's the thing. There's recaps
Yeah.
too. There's recaps in the
Yeah,
gallery.
yeah.
They're like 40 seconds long. Totally manageable. You can digest these in seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, Tekken 7. Anyway, that's a tangent that was not needed in a 2-hour plus podcast. Purple Platypi, 7 points. Red Eagles, 16.
I just want to say that was not only one of the best platypi that I've heard in the last 5 weeks. I would venture to say the only platypi I've heard.
Yes.
Of recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other guys are kind of losing it, huh?
They're losing it. You know,
Like
one
Damiani's
time-
not. I don't think he's ever done.
I don't
it,
think
you know,
Brad
like-
ever phones it in though. Brad's a
Oh, yeah,
humble
Brad's got a
Yeah.
good one.
I'm
Yeah.
all in on it, but one time I forgot the noise
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
We're halfway through the year. We're basically halfway there. Let's talk about Patreon for a second because we have E3 plans, and
Oh, yeah.
I do want to talk about them. So, Jones, what is Easy Allies doing at E3?
Easy Allies is doing live reactions to E3. Unfortunately, unlike a lot of other outlets, we will not be doing anything during operating hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. When the show, the doors open, you can go in and check out demos. You can do some stuff behind closed doors. We will be playing demos. We will be doing behind closed doors. We'll be shooting fun things like Huber Syndrome and
Easy
Update, and then packaging those and getting them up on our YouTube channel as fast as possible. But if you're watching those press conferences, before, during, and after each of the press conferences, we will be talking about what we want to see, what we're seeing right now, what we just saw, and after those days of E3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we will be here for at least 4 hours talking about all the stuff that we saw that day.
Yeah.
Doing live episodes of the Easy Allies podcast, Frame Trap, and Friend Code, which is our Nintendo podcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can find the full schedule in your time zone at easyallies.com.
Is there any other neat kind of thing that we're going to be doing live during one of those nights?
We're going to be doing a premiere special episode of Trailer Jones, which is my trailer scoring show that will hopefully premiere in earnest in July. We came just shy of actually meeting that goal on Patreon, which is our 45K goal, which is amazing that we even hit 44K to fund Box Peak, Kyle's new show.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And because I'm actually speaking with other people that might possibly be willing to directly sponsor Trailer Jones in the future, I think it's very likely for July. But because of the effort, because we were above 45K, even though that money wasn't actually locked in and was not delivered directly to us in the month of May, I really appreciate that support from our amazing fans. And so I want to give them a little something this month.
Jones, I cannot wait to score some trailers.
I'm pumped. Yeah.
And E3 trailers, that's the
excited.
cream of the crop.
Yeah.
You know, one thing though, I want to say that
even just picking what we score is in and of self scoring them. So it's a big deal.
that I've thought about this year that I think it's kind of interesting is. So it's sort of weird because like when all the E3 stuff is happening, etc. Like, yeah, we're just dark. We're just on the show floor. Nobody knows what we're doing. But the thing is when we come back and we're live, most people aren't broadcasting. Most people aren't doing.
Oh, they're
E3.
done. Yeah, they're
We
out.
own the night.
Yeah, like IGN, they're on the show floor all day. GameSpot's on the show floor all day. All these publishers, WB's like doing the Treehouse type of thing, you know, with their lineup. Like that stuff is like constant, and like you're gonna have like crazy choices all day long.
Yeah.
But then once all that's settled down, just
It's also
come to
Giant
Easy
Bomb.
Allies. Yeah,
Giant Bomb does nice
Giant
stuff
Bomb
too.
does some good. Yeah,
They do
good.
nice stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Except Jones will be partying.
Jones will
I'll
be
be
on
partying.
that Giant Bomb couch.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll maybe be popping up at some of the outlets that do this. You do the day service, the day shift.
Oh, right.
Of
Yeah.
E3.
Yeah, can you announce that? You're doing some day stuffs.
I am. I don't know if I can.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've been asked. A lot of times I get asked not by the actual like website I will be appearing on, but by people that will be a part of a segment or something.
Sure.
And then your GameSpot, your IGN, your YouTube asks that
I'm
people
so
like
proud of these
anybody you
greasy
want to be
palms.
with, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
clearly Jones. Well, I wish, but
John, I'm proud of these greasy palms, man. This is
Very.
cool. Look at them go.
Really taking that brand manager persona to heart.
Our own Slick Rick. This feels good. You know, I always wanted a Slick Rick. So, because I won the bets, I get the rights and responsibility to tell everyone what my Twitter handle is. Oh, you know what? We should
Do you
talk
even
about
tweet
goals.
anymore?
Huber, it's been like a month.
You gotta do
dude.
your crunches, dude.
I gotta do my crunches.
Come on.
I also gotta do my crunches.
I enjoy your tweets.
Yeah. Okay. I always say okay. And
You gotta
then I
give us
don't.
at least one before E3.
I will do one tweet before E3. You heard it here.
Okay.
It's gonna be about Konami's Instagram. Huber, it was Snapchat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huber, did you meet your goal this week?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bloodworth, did you reach your goal this week?
Yeah.
What was your goal this week?
I gave a shout out to the Easy A Bets tracker, Ed Ortiz.
Wow.
Wow, that was some sneak.
That was good, Blood. Good
Dude,
shout out.
Blood.
You know what? The forums have asked me to even give a shout out to the forums.
Oh, did they ask you too?
Yeah. Go to easyeyes.com.
Yeah.
The forums is up on
I
the
think
top.
Stormcrown asked me and sent me a PM.
Yeah. It's cool. We got forums. Jones, did you?
I'm warm.
Jones, it is too hot to have the hood up.
Yeah,
As someone who loves to have his hood up, it's too hot for that.
you said it.
All right.
Still up, though.
I did reach my goal of wagging my finger at a video game
Oh,
publisher.
right at the end.
Watch
You made
yourself,
sure.
publishers, because I got a wink finger that's good for wagging. Okay, it's too stupid.
These days, this finger's just good.
What is that?
This finger's made for wagging. And that's
So
just
you've
what
lost your
it'll
wits
do.
too, Jones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great. I'm
it's
not alone here.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
That leads well into at Kyle Bossman, that's my Twitter handle. Video I want to promote is the E3 2017 betting special.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, that one might work a little easier.
What?
But the trick you guys have had. Well, you promoted the Tekken 7 review last week, right?
Yes, for Ben.
I couldn't link to that.
Oh yeah,
So-
don't worry about linking to it. Don't worry about linking to it.
Well, I link to him every week for
okay.
the most part.
All right.
Yeah.
Most of these links are available in the description.
Well, no, it's just a little banner thing that pops up right when you say it.
Oh, nice.
Listen, if you I hate when I say listen. If you listen to this podcast, you're one of our viewers and you have no idea what a betting special is. Obviously, you know we do bets at the end of this thing. Don't expect something 10 times more intense than that is. Especially with this one. Let me just give you a little tease.
No.
Okay. No tease.
No tease.
Just look out for that
Tune
betting
in.
special.
Can I just say this? I just was a personal experience because I just went up to Kind of Funny Live. Thank you to Kind of Funny for including us in the show. They were always really great to the allies,
Including Jones in the show.
And I went up and they have a belt. They built a belt that's kind of funny, and like we have a wonderful belt that was given to us from our community. The Kind of Funny gents themselves conceived and constructed this belt, or had it made. And I love we were sitting backstage, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool belt. Like, what do you guys? This is for the championship? What's the championship?" And they're like, "We play games against each other and compete in video games, and then whoever wins those video games gets the belt." What do you do for your belt? And I'm like, "Oh, bets, clearly.
Yeah.
That's the belt, the bet belt."
We play games all the time.
Yeah.
That belt would be changing hands. And then Game Attack won the belt.
True. Well, and then the kind of honeys came out and beat the crap out of us and stole the belt. But technically on paper, it's
So Game
it
Attack
now,
doesn't get to
it
keep
now
the
belongs.
belt?
It now belongs not only to Game Attack, specifically to Sean Boland of Game Attack,
Ah.
as the current holder of the Kind of Funny championship belt.
That's high stakes.
Yeah, it got real.
I got Rob. Anything I want to reiterate or that I disagree with throughout the entirety of this podcast? Let's go back to where we started. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. This is one of the worst Pokemon reveals in Pokemon history. This is not just a disappointment, it was condescending to anyone who may have been interested to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in the first place. No, sorry, that's the one that the kids open up while the adults play Pokken Tournament DX. There are very few times I can remember in my life where I've seen the announcement of a new Pokemon game and I said, you know what? Not for me. And today I feel that. Today I feel that. And also, tomorrow is forever all ours.
I am enjoying these microtransactions.
All right, everybody, we are doing an unranked match of Tekken 7. Connection quality 4 above, fine. Huber's our timer. Huber, can you get up so we can get the timer in the shot as well?
Yep. Tell me when.
Okay. We have to pick King. No specification about costume. Which do you like?
Far left. Default 1.
Okay. So we're just holding right.
Tell me when.
Okay. It's going to be with the moment you see King move.
Oh, don't want to go in the way. No.
no.
Oh, no.
We're getting it.
Oh, no.
Wait.
He lost it.
No.
Okay, we're searching for opponent. Oh, woof.
Kuma.
Kuma.
Dude, the Kuma screenshots in the press kit are hilarious.
Kuma. Praise be to Kuma.
I just started sending Ben screenshots because they were so freaking funny.
You got that timer ready?
Got it ready.
I think we found a match. Here we go.
Tell me when.
Oh, we lost it. He didn't want to fight us, I guess. Sorry, Jones. Just adding more to your edit, bud.
Kuma.
Oh,
Ooh, there we go. Oh, come on. Create session.
Quick match.
That's what I just did.
Yeah, do quick match. This is crazy. Trade
Okay.
session.
All right, so I'll go back to quick match.
Yeah, quick match for the
Let me
integrity of the
search-
bet.
let me
Integrity of the bet,
search
though.
Sessions. It's still unranked.
Okay.
Okay, how about right here?
Just for the top. The top. Oh, yeah, it's red. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Jones, we got issues with online here?
Oh, no.
Okay, please confirm. Yes. All right, Patchy, let's play.
Pat, you just go ahead and confirm. We're ready.
Patchy, we're ready.
Patchy.
Patchy. Patchy! What is this? Huber, I'm super frustrated right now.
Yeah. It's alright.
Is it?
Smelling the roses.
Okay. I think we gotta leave this room.
Yeah, we gotta leave. We go quick match.
Okay.
Go to quick match.
Oh,
I'm
there's
feeling
no
it.
escape. There's no escape.
Yeah, we're boxed in. Yo, is this still happening?
Oh, sick.
Postpone the bet or what? Call it a day.
This
Try
is
again tomorrow.
unprecedented.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is not happening.
Wait.
all right, so I'm gonna wait and now accept it.
There it is.
Huber, no way, dude.
Got it.
Oh
Okay,
my
Tell
god.
me when.
Oh my god.
Tell me when.
Okay, get it ready. Get it ready.
It's ready.
Get
It's
it
ready.
ready. Get
It's
it
ready.
ready.
It's ready.
Get
It's
it
ready.
ready. Holding right. Holding
Okay.
right. Here we go. Come on, King. Come on, big boy.
Tell me when.
Okay.
Say
you say
now.
move.
Kyle, seriously say now. I need the verbal
Okay.
confirmation.
Got it.
Look at that anime character, dude. Who is that guy with the
Brian
shotgun?
Fury.
Dude.
He's a cool guy.
My kind of character.
Sinking.
Come on.
Oh, please.
Come on.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah.
Tell me when.
Okay. And go. Oh, he's laying the hits down.
Oh yeah. This is going much faster than Injustice.
Okay.
He's pumped.
Good work, Garrison.
He's so pumped right now.
My first match.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm getting XP. I'm getting perfects.
Oh, well, now we're rocking backwards, dude. What are you going to do now? We're blocking. Oh, good grab.
Better than any other Ash protein.
Okay. What's our time?
44 seconds.
Okay.
Huber, you been doing any of that Ash protein powder?
No, none of that.
Pros only. Ooh, we hit him.
We hit him somehow?
Yeah, from like rising up.
Nice. There goes that triple perfect achievement.
He's mad.
Yeah.
That's time.
It was like 103.
103. Congrats, Brian.
103.
Lock it in.